every day, especially on the Survivor side. You know, we see a lot of them, a lot of their strategies with them in the past. We've seen some very fun ideas that could definitely team. We're going to see our team rosters here, but I mean, seriously, no, this
two hunters, because the one that's seasoned, high tier.
The Elba with the Survivor move to the middle left, which is what we see here.
Trade. So Goatman going with an abnormal. Coming into this game, Xawm just trying to make a rotation towards where the nearest survivor is, which is apparently seems to be ChoAi. Giving the tinnitus, spotting him out visually, and he's just going to be around the vicinity, actually. A very risky vault to start things with, but hey.
Oh, he's there! Oh, what? He vaults into the hunter here and gets terror shocked right away. As soon as I saw that ball, I was like, wait, that can't be right, but he vaults. What?
I know how you're feeling. It's like I thought we were reading a book, we were going through a narrative, you know, the rising action, but no, it's just the climax instantly. The terror shock coming in, and ChoAi. I would say Xawm is that's just the boss factor, the boss aura coming in. But this is a really quick down, and Soba has no choice but to come closer soon for the rescue.
Well, he's going to use the jetpack now to at least get him towards this this other area here. But it doesn't even matter. He gets the insta down with the cage there. Airplanes did have flywheel, but opted not to use it there. We're going to see a second time on chair. And the game just started, and he's already on chair for the second time, and Priestess is injured. I don't really know at this point. I mean, usually we say this later in the match, but I don't even know how RC can come back from this start.
With sheer will and power friendship, that's how. But now City coming in for the second rescue. The enclosure is going to block City a little bit more, taking a little bit more time. Is forced to use the hypnotism, but hey, the Priestess is there to provide a little bit of support. They're gonna do this two-man, but unfortunately City will be the one to pay with a second hit. Last effort will help him get the kite a little bit longer, but what is going on? ChoAi just jumping into the hunter's face, taunting, almost as if he's taunting, like, hey, I'm here in your face, what are you gonna do? But right now, this is his last chance, Eli. Last chance to kite.
He's got to use this jetpack here. We're gonna see him use it. Does get the first avoidance. Okay, will he avoid the last hit? He does, and the cage is on cooldown, but he's just gonna wait for the next cage there and finally able to secure the down. I wonder if it would have been, I think the airplane is maybe, I wonder if it was worth it to try to risk a vault. I mean, obviously, you want to force out a cage, so he uses energy, but the Goatman's already full presence, so he gets his cage back really quickly. Maybe try to bait the hunter to swing and hit you, and then vault the window. You got to do something there, because if you run straight, you do go down, and we do see the survivor knocked down. We have not seen a trade from Xawm yet, which obviously we know is abnormal, but he's still holding on to that. There's still 4 survivors remaining, and Priestess injured here. Does not see the Priestess. But, I mean, the next kite's got to be crazy if RC wants to get any survivors out of this match.
Exactly. Not even forcing out any trades from Xawm. Xawm, oh no, Soba! The premature flywheel! He has to try it, right? He has to go for it, but unfortunately, just a little bit too quick. Xawm's just going to get him down almost instantly, and there goes your second survivor of RC, and all of that in just good time, below 3 minutes. Ciphers are definitely looking really slow, and Abnormal's not even used, and while we say that, yeah, obviously it's going to be used right now, and one Cypher done throughout the entire game, both of them injured. What can they do in this situation, Eli? Because Rowley, I'm not sure how he's going to do this, honestly.
Yeah. This is where Lawyer can be a problem. No kiting potential here for the survivor. No flywheel. Going to get knocked down here. Now, they're able to heal up the Priestess, but, I mean, 4 Cyphers remaining, and, you know, Lawyer on chair here. Someone already eliminated. So, this is really... I'm trying to think of a situation. So, we'll see RC City coming for the save here. Then Priestess will have to come save for a second rescue, and they gotta somehow finish all 4 of those ciphers before the Goatman gets Abnormal back and kicks another one of those cipher machines. Here comes the officer for the rescue. He's able to get the rescue while conserving the watch, so that's a pretty good save, but we have to see Lawyer at least kite 1 cage here if they want a chance. Oh, pretty good positioning for Rowley. Can he avoid this here?
I think he can, but unfortunately, yeah. I mean, Xawm is just really good with the placement of the cages, right? And it really shows. RC felt like it's as if they're fighting against a version of Goatman that they've never seen, although they've trained hard against it. But hey, I think it's just really the boss aura emitted by Xawm, which is why RC right now Rowley's going to be on the chair for the second time. City's at half health. Soba is really the only one with full health. 2 portals remaining, and he's already making rotations to try and maybe give Tinnitus or maybe rescue in the very end, although I do doubt it, simply because Rowley is going to expire really, really soon.
We're going to see him Laura's going to get eliminated here. He's going to go towards Hotel here. This is the location of the officer. Actually, he expects the survivor to be at tunnel area, but there's going to be no survivor in the vicinity. I mean, now look at the. I want everyone to take an opportunity to look at the Cypher percentage on the left side of the screen. We have 2 survivors eliminated, and it looks like the game has kind of just started in terms of Cypher progress. Like, this is how strong Abnormal is with Goatman. This is how strong Xawm has been, and at preventing not only kite time. We're going to see the down of the officer. Not only kite time, but also just controlling the map in general here. He's going to get a 4 elimination, most likely with 3 ciphers remaining at this point. This is an incredible display of Goatman here.
Exactly. And it feels like really at this moment, right, RC is just playing the long game. Although the end goal is pretty clear, Xawm's not going to allow any decoding to happen. He still has a fresh Abnormal to use for the second time. And although Dungeon will be around, yeah, Xawm needs to pay a little bit more attention because, you know, RC with Soba on the Priestess, right, can easily use the Global Portal to provide support. But this is the second attempt Soba's trying to hide from the Hunter. Will this be successful? Xawm's kind of lost. Like, Tinnitus is here. I know that the Priestess is probably somewhere around here, but hey, where is this hiding spot that we're looking at? And tiptoeing away, no, Soba's gonna expose himself with the flywheel, trying to negate that 1 damage. Unfortunately, gonna be caught by Xawm the second time. So City, you pretty much have to anticipate if Soba goes down, City's probably just gonna go up pretty instantly. But what a mirror, what a cage by Xawm, getting that down onto Soba almost instantly. Eli, this is great. This is really scary. Like, the moment you're visually visible to Xawm, you're almost guaranteed to go down the next few seconds.
Yep. One of the cool things about Goatman is that against most hunters, you have the opportunity usually to use your item, right, before the hunter is able to hit you, right? But against Goatman, you can't do that. You saw the Priestess has 3 portals. Against most hunters, she can just portal downstairs and avoid getting hit. But the Goatman puts up the cage so fast, you don't have enough time to react. And that's what makes this hunter so strong. Not only does he have very good chasing abilities, it's that his ability can be utilized so quickly that survivors are unable to use, a lot of the time, use their items in time to even avoid that. Now we're going to see the hiding game yet again here.
Round 3.
But not this time, yeah.
Oh no, Soba's going to go down. And 7 minutes, 41 seconds.
You just kind of take off from there, and that's exactly what happened here.
Yeah. With you, like, Explorer is just
playing round 3, maybe even round 2, but round 1 playing Hermit is very, very rare.
Maybe he's gonna pull this surprise off. He does have this.
All right, here we go, guys. We're gonna see Hermit gonna go ahead and rotate towards the officer first. Maybe he's gonna try to bait out some watches. Now, he does have teleport, and so basically the idea with Hermit teleport is you can go for the rescuer first. You can sort of try to maybe get him to use an item and waste some time on that character, maybe get a free hit if possible. And then you teleport onto a survivor that already has a charge, who's already touched the Cypher, already has a charge. And what that does is it means you only need to get 1 stun to then hit that survivor. You don't have to double stun them because they already have a charge on them. So it's sort of like, it kind of saves you a little bit of time there as the hunter. Now, he does miss 2 charges in a row. ChoAi doing a very good job of avoiding charges and conserving the item as much as possible. Now, that watch did miss, so that he's not going to see the after effect. He's going to have to use 1 more. That one does now activate. Able to avoid a 3rd charge here. Can he get the hit? Oh, it's going to be a mind game. Oh, he's waiting it out. I think he's waiting it out, but he's going to be able to make it to the pallet here in time.
Yeah, no harm. But he has to be really careful, though, because 10 seconds and ChoAi will be able to use the second watch, right? Especially if he's pursuing him continuously. Like, he doesn't want to give up on ChoAi simply because of the... Oh, wait. He actually... Wait, what? Okay. Second watch coming in. Let's see what he's going to do.
Let me see it. Teleport. I don't think you want to commit to this for too long. Yeah, he's going to teleport here. He's going to teleport.
No, he's not. Yep. You're right. He's going on PP Shen now.
Yeah, you can see... Oh, he tried to get a drop-down hit, wasn't able to get it. But you see here why you use teleport on Hermit. So you can teleport on a survivor that already has a charge. Only has to use 1 charge. one stun to get the hit there. And so now we're going to see the Psychologist. He's going to change targets again. And this is, again, perfectly fine as Hermit because he only needs one charge to get a hit on this Explorer. And he also finds the Explorer, which is his best chase target.
Yeah, so the plan is really to just deal as much damage as possible, right? The all is going to negate the damage onto the Explorer. However, he is going to use a flywheel at that point. Was it a necessary flywheel at that point? Because
maybe.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's fine. It gets him to the pallet. It makes sure there's no risk of Akka getting a hit before he reaches the pallet here. And now he's going to fully commit to the Survivor again, as this is a character he wants out of the game. You don't want to give the Explorer an opportunity to get pages. You don't want to give the Explorer an opportunity to decode ciphers here, especially as a cipher control hunter like Hermit. We're going to see another hit on this Explorer, but this start is not great for Akka. I mean, we see some injuries on the board here, but already one cipher done, another cipher at 76, another cipher at 50. There's the next chip onto the Explorer. This is also not even going to down the Explorer. He's going to be able to take one more hit here. I'm surprised Akka didn't go... blue charge doesn't matter. Seer already has blue. He's really just trying to create as many injuries as possible with his Explorer again. So he's just take another hit and going to stay alive here.
Yeah, one more hit and he will finally go down. He has a 50% page in his arsenal. And now with the Eye of Sauron, gonna get that blue charge onto him. 18 with that red charge stunning him. He's finally gonna go down after that pretty impressive kite, right? But unfortunately, it is the Hermit we're dealing with, Eli. So Cypher progress, yeah, the second and third, almost done. But you know what they say about almost done. It's not gonna be enough just yet.
The other thing is, the officer also gets the perfect item out of a chest here. He picks up a syringe, which obviously it's what do we call that? Right? Random number RNG, right? Random
RNG,
number generator. Yep. Yeah, and he gets the perfect item there. That is exactly what he needed to get, and he got that item. So that's very unfortunate for Akka. You create a position as a hunter where you make it so every survivor is injured, so they can't rescue as Hermit. But it doesn't matter. Explorer's going to tap the Cypher to change his charge, which means he actually can take one more hit here with the damage share. Needs to make sure he does not get terror shocked. Akka's going to be able to get the hit, but Explorer's going to stay alive a little bit longer here because of that charge switch.
Yeah, very smart split decision.
He's leaving.
Done. Huh. Yeah, he's changing targets now. So going up against TX, well, everyone in the group is actually seriously injured. ChoAi has just healed himself up, but honestly, I know we talked about Cypher rotations just now, but now TX not even gonna go down, and Cyphers are actually moving at a healthy pace now. Not the 5-minute marks, but hey, third and fourth, very close to completion. And Akka, it's a race against time, so the teleport again. So Eli going towards ChoAi right now.
Yeah, he's trying to create a board. And Officer does go down as he was not sharing any damage there. He also downs the Survivor with a page. So he's going to take that off the board for the next 20 to 30 seconds. Now, the Rescuer, of course, can pick up the page. But I guess the problem is no one can actually rescue at this point. He's kind of creating a board. While it may seem good for the survivors, he's creating a board where nobody can rescue. Even though he does lose Explorer, the survivor that's already been on share, nobody can actually save this new survivor that he's down, and he also takes that page off the board until someone actually tries to make a rescue here.
Yeah, I mean, Psychologist is already on her way. Yeah, he sees her. That's very unfortunate. With wanted order, right? I mean, you can't really expect him not to see. Akka would be really blind not to see anything. But hey, with the shared charge, PP Shell will be able to move on further. TX is still down. Everyone is just trying to make the right decisions next. PP Shia needs to make this kite work. And the Cypher has been popped. 4-man survivor. PP Shia is going to go down. But hey, the minimum requirement is a 1 survivor out. So ChoAi's already at the gate, opening the gate. But I think they realize what's going on. Akka is just making a line towards where the gate is. ChoAi is probably going to be there just for the tinnitus. I mean, he's pretty healthy. Maybe a charge would work, but detention, Hermit is not something to be underestimated. So GG survivors are still scrambling across the map here, Eli.
Yeah. They're doing their best to kind of spread out the gates here. We see one survivor on the opposite gate. And this is exactly what they need to do. They just need to make sure they don't lose the game at this point. And I really don't. Obviously, there's not much opportunity for Aki. We're gonna see him get a charge here onto 18. Does get the down there, but no other survivor is gonna go down. It's just gonna be the Explorer. He's gonna finally chair a survivor here, the Explorer. But the exit gate's already open. We're gonna see 2 survivors at the gate. This other gate already has a lot of progress because it's been shared. Now, does TX? Where does TX go here? Does he go for dungeon? Does he go for gate? The Hunter does still have teleport. And so at this point, Aka's really just trying to get a tie, and Gigi's trying to get a 3 escape, but this is obviously Gigi's already won this first round. Will TX be able to make dungeon here? He does see the trail of the survivor. He's going to vault that and go for the dungeon. It's not going to be open just yet, though, and he's forced to transition away, maybe try to make gate, but I don't think he has much opportunity to make it here, as he will go down to the next charge.
Yeah, probably a well-timed flywheel will be able to help, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. And the moment he failed the flywheel, you can see Pipisha and Kuchao just went out the gate happily ever after, because that's what is needed to win round number 1. BO1 goes to a giant. Goliath versus Giant.
Okay,
RC.
so,
yeah.
Oh,
and
well,
now it's Wish.
Do have to get the logic. Typically, you would just see Puppeteer spawn first stop instead of Godkai, but this is probably fine. I don't mind the spawn at all from RC. Now we.
All right, Shelma on the Sangria, moving towards the 2 floor, trying to probably look for Soba. Soba's in the dungeon, in the basement, trying to look for an item. Probably tries to wish for something useful, but unfortunately, he's gonna get a little small book. Shelma probably realizes, hey, where is this? Wait, that's not even the basement. My bad. He's behind the double story, actually, and he's going to get that small little book, trying to hide. He's probably thinking, yeah, I can't hide with the priestess. This time as the miniature lucky guy, that's probably a safe bet. But Shelma has no luck finding out where the lucky guy is. He's going to rotate back to the 3rd stop, and that's where Soba actually is at the moment.
We're also going to see, looks like it's the Acrobat's going to go rotate behind tent. This rotation is pretty good from the survivors. The fact that he's unable to find a target this early, now it is going to be Soba finally. Now, oh, he vaults into the Hunter. Oh,
my God.
That was almost a repeat of round 1. But we're going to see, he's going to transition away here, and this book is really not going to be too useful at this point. We're going to see a swing at the pallet. Still has flywheel here. He's trying to delay the blink as much as possible. There's the blink. Can he get through the pallet here? He dodges the blink and gets the pallet down. That is a huge play here for the survivor. That's going to extend the kite. Goes for the swing. What?
What's going on? What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? The second time, I hated the miss. The 3rd time. Yeah, the 3rd time's not gonna miss, and Shelma is going to get that first person. I don't know. Soba is just breaking ankles right there. The swerve to the left, to the right, and this is something that we don't really see often. And I don't know. Clip that, probably someone, please, because that bought a little bit of time. And Shelma off to look for the 2nd target now. Just gonna teleport back. You think they're gonna come here for the rescue before half? Or
for
just
half,
full blood or sacrifice?
I don't know. They should go for 1 rescue here. It looks like it's going to be after half, probably with the Wildling. This is a pretty. This is a good spot for RC. This was a strong first kite against an Opera. Typically, Opera Singer kites, especially Opera Singer that has Blink, are able to get survivors down quicker than that. So this is exactly what RC needs to see here if they want to try to make a comeback in this match. Going to go ahead and pressure. This is the Acrobat here. Going to switch back. Will we see the Wildling come for that after half rescue? As we discussed, we will see it here. Wildling gonna take the hit, gonna get the rescue here. Lucky guy, not much to be done here, as he, has a book, so that's not gonna do a whole lot. But he's just gonna take the hit, use that speed boost to transition away from the Cypher machine.
Yeah, I mean, this is one situation where reading doesn't really get you anywhere. But Soba's going to carry that book regardless and try and run as far away as possible. But unfortunately, there is a Cypher pretty nearby here. Raul is on it. It's only 34%. So Shelma, I guess he wanted to clear the Cyphers here at least. Like, camping the Cypher, it's really okay, I guess. Walling is going to get healed. City has a second chance. He will be decoding the Cypher as we speak. So now it's a battle of 3v1. Shelma, a quarter into his target of getting 4 eliminations. Rowley, going to be the second kite. Puppeteer, super strong, especially if you're in the puppet form. Shelma changing into teleport. One thing, wait, what? Teleporting into the Wildling. Wildling is still on the board. Oh God.
Yeah. Can't really chase. It's really hard to chase Wildling. He's just gonna go ahead and leave here. Oh yeah, RC is well positioned to tie this game. We see two Cypher machines almost done. Wildling is untouchable, not untouchable, but he's very hard to down while on that board. Xawm even misses a dash here. Puppeteer also can take a lot of hits against the Opera. So yeah, RC great spot here to turn this match around for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Cyphers are looking pretty healthy. And just putting out the pallets, you know, just creating walls, forcing Xawm to break pallets. That's the name of the game. And even if he gets hit once, the board will be ready in 3 seconds. So, City, trying to keep the second kite alive. Well, the board's going to be up. He'll be able to run even faster, even further. And the fourth Cypher has been done as we're talking about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, they really didn't commit here, but no, he's not going to commit to the Wildling. Not going to be worth it. Going to change targets here towards the 2-story. Does he see the Survivor hiding in the vicinity? He does not see the Survivor hiding. Now, Opera is one of the hunters in the the fewer hunters in this game that's very easy to hide against. And the reason why is Opera dashes so fast. You have to have your camera angle essentially facing where you want to dash in a way. Right. So it's very easy to actually hide from the hunter in that way, because it's harder for the Opera to kind of change around their camera to look for survivors that are hiding.
Maybe that's why Soba was hardcore trying to hide, right?
Yeah.
Simply because he's relying on the blindness of Xawm to further extend the kite. But ChoAi this time is not going to go down as fast as possible. Still trying to make that kite happen. Putting out the pallet, still has a few more bombs to work with. But unfortunately, he's going to get hit in the middle of a leap. So a little bit of bomb going to waste here. But hey, 5 seconds cooldown, enough for a secondary kite. Xawm knows that Xawm does not have blink. 4th Cypher, 5th Cypher, the last Cypher is about to be primed. So Xawm here is really just aiming for a draw here.
He has to kite until the Cypher is primed, and he actually can do it. There's the Cypher pop. Every survivor has borrowed time here, so this is an excellent drop from the Acrobat. The gate already being worked on. Xawm does not have enough time to down Acrobat and teleport here, I don't think. Acrobat still has a red bomb. He's going to teleport instead. Gate is not open yet. Wildling already has some distance here. Can he catch for the Wildling, get him down on the board? Wildling is so fast. He does get the Wildling off the board. That's crucial to secure the Wildling down, but the Puppeteer is able to get the exit gate open, and Acrobat will be able to go out towards that first stop. There's the down onto the Wildling, but yep, 2 survivors out the exit gate here. That's going to be a tied game here for RC, and they're already on the way to making a comeback.
Yeah, and this is where they're probably thinking, yeah, it's a lot of respectable kites coming out from not just City, but Kira.
Probably aren't going to win round 1 after that start.
Just get rid of the coffin. What's your choice?
Survivors get to the end game. Yeah, before they can get to the end game. Yeah.
Oh.
All of the abyss. Okay, here we go. Into the match here. We see the white bomb right away onto TX. Can he get a second one? No, only gets 1 from the first 2 clones here. So not the best start, but at least he's able to get 1 here. And we're going to see TX up. Going to go right back to the 4th stop, and that's perfectly fine as long as you don't have the 1000 presence. It's very difficult to catch up with the survivor, but already an early double hit onto the psychologist here from Akka, and he's just going to keep avoiding this pallet. Doesn't really need to waste his time with it here, and continuing the chase.
Yeah, I mean, the double surprise definitely caught him off guard, and now rotating around, just trying to silence the psychologist. Yeah, that hit is going to get TX pretty fast as well. The double surprise continuously, and just 1 white bomb in order to take the psychologist down. And in pretty quick fashion as well, because now he has the trapeze to work with. So obviously he can just put it towards the white ground. Let's see how TX will be able to counter this. Trying to avoid the white area at all costs. Doing a pretty good job so far, but finally gonna go down at a minute and 15 minutes mark.
And the bad part about this is that he died on a Cypher, and the hunter has abnormal. So we're gonna see Akka go kick this Cypher machine here. And that's going to, that abnormal is so good here for this Hullabaloo. Again, the abnormal pairs so well with this build, because this build is, as we were talking about, essentially win before you the survivors reach the end game, and that abnormal basically prevents them from breaching that end game quickly. Will he be able to get the double hit onto the mercenary? 1 more with the red bomb. Can he get it? does get it, and he's going to catch up right away with the flip over.
Wow.
Right over the bridge, and that's why Hullabaloo is so good on Moonlit.
That's why we got to ban the Hullabaloo.
And this is why I'm surprised we see Goatman being picked so much in round 1. Hullabaloo is just so strong at this point in the meta. Even with the comp that seems to be pretty good against Hullabaloo, it doesn't matter. Like, Aka's just piling on hits, piling on Cypher Control with the abnormal. This is, I don't see how the survivors, like, get a single survivor out. This is, I'm just calling it right now, this is a 4 kill. I don't see how survivors make it to the end game here. Akka has abnormal, Mercenaries double down, Cypher progress is limited. He's already at full presence. There's no opening for a comeback. Hullabaloo is just that good.
It is. But the rescue is going to happen thanks to the flare gun. Hipisha going to be able to escape TX. Unfortunately, it is the full presence and now the double surprise and just 1 mark away. The white mark we're talking about. TX is trying to avoid the white mark at all costs, but unfortunately is going to go down. And Akka looking very strong now, and I think I might agree with you, Eli, because this looks like a very strong 4K, unless if the survivors can miraculously work with what they have. But considering the character selection as well, none of them really have any tool to fight against the Hullabaloo besides the gun in the beginning, so it's really hard for them right now.
Yeah, he's going to see Embalmer's going to take that vault. 1 more Black Bomb hit. There's the spin, gets the hit onto the Embalmer. Already the full presence getting a second Black Bomb. Does the switch back? Does he have another jump? Not yet. He's going to have a clone, though, here in a second. And, I mean, that's just, yeah. What can you do there?
I mean, not much, really. I mean, GG, they're just trying to decode ciphers as much as possible. But Akka already has the abnormal ready. So ChoAi, it just makes ChoAi. This is the situation that makes you feel so disheartened, right? Because it's like, guys, I swear I decoded, but this abnormal just messes up with the rescuers decoding so much, because ChoAi decoded a lot, but now it's so down behind because they are not built to deal against a Hullabaloo at this point. So Mercenary using that second pad, trying to run away, but it opens up the possibility, and then that chop, that axe onto the Cypher. 3 Cyphers remaining, Eli. I'm not really sure how they're gonna deal with this over and over again.
It's like when you're in a ranked match and the Cypher progress feels really slow. We're gonna see the down here on the corner. The Cypher progress feels really slow, and you're like, you know, which random didn't decode? Because sometimes randoms just don't decode. They just do random stuff and they don't actually play the game properly. But then you realize it's, oh wait, the hunter had abnormal. Okay, never mind. That actually makes sense. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. I mean, we see another Cypher down. 2 Cyphers are raiding, but everybody's injured. He can just find this Embalmer from a distance, and he sees the Mercenary decoding on the other side of the map. He sees that Cypher Machine moving. He sees the Survivor's Trail here, which means he knows nobody's saving. He knows Embalmer's here. He knows where Mercenary is as well. And
oh, what a game. Oh no, he's trying to hide. Unfortunately, everyone's trying the hiding strategy nowadays, right? But the good thing is they are down to the last Cypher. The bad thing is Akka has gotten the 3rd survivor. So if he chairs the survivor here, which he's definitely not going to do, well, 4K seems very, very close right now. Closer and closer to completion. ChoAi has to stay away, and with a syringe, probably tries to get himself up, but honestly, the dungeon at this point is also so far away.
Yep.
Yeah, Pipisha's just gonna die in 1 chair, Eli.
Yeah. This is tough. Again, once once he got once he got a quick down, it's like, okay, Hunter's already in a great spot. Then you have normals to Cypher, it's like, okay, Hunter's probably gonna win this. Then he double downs Merc, the game's over. If you get a quick down plus a normal plus double down, the game is literally over. For most hunters in the game. For most hunters, the game's over with that. Now, on top of that, consider the hunter is Hullabaloo, which is one of the best hunters in the game. There's no comeback opportunity for survivors.
Ooh.
They pop a Cypher here, it doesn't matter. He has abnormal. He has trait swap. The last Cypher's only 30. This is secured here for Akka. Mercenary's going to do their best to avoid this. Can't take that vault. You don't want to get Terror Shock. Does take the hit. There's the jump back.
Oh my god.
Oh, no, he's just going to go for the Embalmer.
Yeah, Embalmer going to tiptoe away, but unfortunately, that's not going to help you a lot, bud. And just 1 mark away, the white mark is going to be the last Determiner in order to get him down. And he's going to go down thanks to the double surprise. And Mercenary, no more exit path. 18, no more exit path. What can they do here? I think it's just the inevitable. Yeah, like, I'm just going to look in front of you. The disrespect. But you know what it is with disrespect. Akka is just cool.
I would say that this is a higher heart rate or higher.
But here Xawm
really quickly, and yeah, I can win the game. So
wants to live, so obviously they have more time. A very standard 3.
All right, here we go. Getting into the match here, we're gonna see the Ghost heading towards the Mercenary first. Immediately going to pressure that Mercenary, slowing down the decoding progress. He's going to scare the air and retry. No, he's gonna keep the Ghost moving around here. Maybe he thought the Explorer was nearby and he was trying to scare the Explorer. I don't really know, but anyways, we're gonna see him bring the Ghost here to the Fire Investigator again, just controlling the ciphers, really trying to find that Explorer. Sees the prisoner. I think he'll finally commit here. I think he's gonna give up on looking for the Explorer and commit to this other decoder here.
Yeah, and the backlight, traffic red light baiting trick, just trying to catch Rowley off guard. You can see that it's really difficult to kite against a shadow for a very good reason, because if you look at the hunter, well, you will get feared. And look, that just happened while we were talking about it. Rowley first hit, and in very good time as well, because the cipher is barely moving, and with the blink available by Xawm, I think Rowley might be a pretty fast down at this point. Xawm just trying to catch up at this point.
Yeah, we're going to see he's going to bring the Ghost towards middle here. Will he put this onto the Fire Investigator? He's going to go ahead and do that just to slow down decoding even more. Has his blink available, so he's just going to keep slowing down the decoding, keep putting the Ghost around the map here, and he's going to use the blink to ultimately down the Prisoner right here. I think he has to be careful he doesn't use it too early. Prisoner still has a shock to work with, so he needs to get an insta-blink, or else he's gonna get shocked here. And there's the Ghost.
Roller's still doing pretty good.
Can he flywheel the...
Oh, nice, but... yeah, you know, like you flywheel the fear, but you cannot... You don't have anything else left after that. And the blink's gonna secure that kill. Pretty good start, though. I mean, considering how fast he got that first hit. I mean, 3 ciphers are almost done. ChoAi will be the one that gets infected at this point. So Xawm, just leaving the tombstone available. Mono P is gonna be in position to try and get that rescue up. The spray, 40% fear onto Mono P. Let's see the dash coming in. Even I lost track of what just happened. So Mono P managing to rescue without getting hurt, and the electric shock allowing Rowley to fly even further. And with no blink available, Xawm has to chase on foot. So let's see. Second kite might be really strong for the side of RC.
Right, we're going to see the teleport after the Prisoner here. Fire Investigator is going to keep the pallet. There's the scare. Not enough, 85%. And does get the pallet drop there. Going to give distance to this Survivor. He cannot put the Ghost on him as well, because it's currently on cooldown since it's already been on the Prisoner recently. He needs to make sure he does not go into that corrupted zone here. And Mind Game at the window. Rowley scared, avoids the scare, and continues to stay alive here. He's going to go die all the way in the corner of the map here, it looks like.
Yeah, he's ready to accept his fate, but hey, thankfully his teammates will be free to decode. It's gonna finally go down. He knows that he's brought the hunter far enough. Xawm caught in a corner with Rowley. I mean, at this point, you think that they should continue to save, or they should just focus on finishing ciphers right here? Because Soba's pretty close, but you do not really want to go and expose yourself as an Explorer, right?
Oh, sorry. Oh my god.
Sorry,
okay,
Soba
yes.
coming in.
Okay, no, I'm good. Yeah, sorry, I had a...
it's a long game, for sure.
Yeah. We're gonna see...
Sorry about that.
No, I think... I think a rescue would be worth it. They have good cipher progress. Yeah, there's the rescue. And actually, the Explorer has a 30% page, so Explorer can pop this cipher machine, or 35%, almost pop it. It'll be 4% short, but he can almost pop that 71% cipher. They are gonna have the other cipher machine almost done. Maybe force Survivor endgame here if Explorer can get back to that cipher machine. He needs to get there quickly. Looks like it's 99%.
Wow.
It's already primed. The last cipher's in factory. It's already primed. Wow, look at that. And there they go, endgame.
Yeah, they're just gonna pop. I mean, no reason not to pop, right? Rowley, obviously the one without Tide Turner has a flying wheel to work with. So, trying to buy enough time. Well, there's a blink to work
with.
Oh,
he drops the blink!
Oh wait, he did! No. The electric shock still went through.
Yeah, he shocked the blink.
He did. Oh my god, I thought he was gonna miss, but yeah, it's not gonna miss this time. But fortunately for the side of RC, the gate has already been opened. So this is not an often occurrence that you see survivors get a 3-man escape against Ivy, but leave it to RC to actually pull this off. Oh, wait, Soba? Wait, is he going?
No, he'll make it. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah,
no, this is that's
and obviously for me, that's the MVP right there, simply because straight away, or you think
exactly. I mean, obviously there's some mind game aspect to it, but it's also very lucky.
Let's see if Aka will be able to pull this off, because all he needs is.
Okay, here we go. Aka gonna go straight for, I think that's the Rescuer of the Night here, so gonna try to get rid of that survivor early on. Again, he did bring Blink. It's a trump card. Oh, sorry, did bring Warp. It's a trump card Warp build here, so he's gonna Warp is very good with and for a couple of reasons. It's good for helping you chase to close distance on a survivor. Does yeah, he's just gonna cancel. He's gonna double ability cancel. He's gonna swing once. He's gonna cancel. Gets one right there. So wins one of the 2 rock paper scissors games and gets a good start for the night.
Yeah, I mean, definitely love some game of rock paper scissors IdentityV style, right? So ChoAi still alive and healthy. The cat's gonna lash on for a second time. Obviously the prediction is gonna come in again. Let's see if that's gonna happen, and this time no attack. Gets same result. So in this case, the banker wins. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because honestly, he will just win as long as he doesn't get injured. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So here, let's see if he's gonna attack. Oh, Aka, the patience.
And does get the hit though, finally onto the Knight here. But already a really good start for GG. They are looking to be a pretty good position. Antiquarian coming in for the support. Hit onto the Antiquarian here. Yeah, this first kite is really strong here for the Knight, but he does not have any more items to work with at this point.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if you have refillable rock paper scissors skill, right? That's gonna be super sick. But ChoAi, you know, not even able to fight for his fate here. He's gonna go down this time at the 2-minute mark. 3 ciphers have been done. But in most situations, this would be a pretty solid game for GG.
Yeah.
But because of the condition that they were put in, they gotta get 4 men out. And Pipicia, already injured, not gonna be able to come and rescue. At least gonna be silenced, not gonna be able to decode. And now it seems like the psychologist is gonna be the one to come and rescue.
Yeah, he also cancels the decoding there, so Antiquarian will be losing out on some decoding progress at this point. We're gonna see the double cat here. He's trying to make it so the Knight isn't able to die too far. He wants to re-chair the Knight on the cipher, right? So basically what he's doing is he's trying to make it so the Knight can't get that far away. I think he's going to try to freeze the Knight here and drag him all the way back to that cipher. Something he could have done differently, I guess, is you could have used the cross to put it on the cipher to slow down the server from a few seconds of decoding. But I think this is even smarter, because now you can just share on the cipher and just continue to control that cipher progress. He could go abnormal that cipher. That actually would be a pretty good play, but he needs to be careful they don't get a free rescue in the process. There's the cat. He's watching. Jumps back. Here's the cross. Airplane still has to make the rescue. Where'd he go? Oh, but he hits the chair. Yeah.
Yep, he did. But he's going to be able to rescue, but he just needs to buy a little bit more time. ChoAi trying to survive. I mean, the cipher's pretty fast. Aeroplanist can come.
Anti trying to... Oh, gets the stun. Cipher's not ready.
He missed a little bit. The cross going to be placed. ChoAi
Cipher's only...
go down. 90%. Oh,
he get excitement. He get excitement, or he could have normal.
Yo,
and he's going to try to
force it. He's gonna force it. Yeah, they're gonna force it. And now
she lives.
alive.
Everybody
4
lives.
men. Oh no, 4 men up and running, but ChoAi has no items to work with. I think GG is just pretty much trying to get you know what I mean? They're just trying to get a 3-man escape.
I don't think they get it though, because nobody's on the gate. Trade swap is available. He can teleport, he can warp. I don't see how GG I don't see how GG wins this. While they do have a 4 survivor endgame, He's gonna teleport instantly.
Wow.
As long as he
finds
sees a survivor.
Oh, he's gonna see someone. No, he's not gonna see anyone, unfortunately.
Oh, it's gonna be a foot race. It's gonna be a foot race here.
Yeah,
does he
like
find? There's TX.
Oh,
this is gonna be a foot race to the gate here. Will he have
TX
the cast back in time?
Oh no, TX is nothing. PPShare is there. He still has one swipe available, and the gate's almost open. Oh no.
Oh, this is gonna be. He needs to be careful. The jump. Does he get the stun? He gets the pushback. Can he get the hit? There's the hit onto the airplane. Can they crawl out the gate here? Airplane is.
GG. ChoAi especially. I have to tell you, man, this ChoAi is the map that so Akka Sangria.
I mean, yeah, let's see where Akka goes first. Keep it. For Call of VIII, I'm Yeleo, joined here with Nello Mello, bringing you live comment.
All right, Akka, starting point from the grave, trying to make a beeline for the nearest survivor. ChoAi is already making his rotation away. TX as well. PPShare obviously trying to get away as far as possible from the location. The blood trails will be visible to Akka. TX will be spotted pretty soon. Akka trying to cut off the escape route by TX, forcing Akka to actually teleport back, trying to catch TX, has an electric shock to work with. Is going to use it this time, put down the pallet. Let's see if that's going to buy a little bit more time. TX trying to run into this corner. Unfortunately, is going to get hit before hiding behind the pallet. So he's moving towards where PPShare is. Just trying to put down all pallets, considering just trying to buy more time. Probably has no idea that Akka has abnormal. So Akka closing in. Oh my god, a beautiful flywheel coming in. Akka trying to buy time, but the Terra Shock. My goodness, when life gives you tangerine, but you choose Terra Shock. Pretty good first down.
Yeah, pretty good first down. He also gets a chair on a Cypher machine and has abnormal, so he can abnormal the Cypher. He's really going for this 4-kill, I think. We're going to see the abnormal here onto the Cypher machine, removing some progress here. And yeah, this is actually a great start. They only have obviously 2 Cyphers since one got kicked here. Lucky Guy does have a flare gun and a bot, but for the bot hasn't done too much here. There's the rescue. Will we see the flare gun get utilized now? And we're going to see it get shot here.
Yeah, boom goes the dynamite, according to PPShare. He was just dying to use it after confirming there's no excitement. Yeah, that's exactly what he's gonna do. 18 trying to silence him, but unfortunately not gonna happen. Akka still trying to chase TX, coming in. Let's see if he'll be able to do it. TX with a second shot, trying to make it to the pallet, putting it down, trying to probably kite away from his teammates as far as possible. Let's see. He'll be able to get behind a second. No, he's not going to be able to do it this time, unfortunately.
Yeah. Gonna get that down there onto the prisoner. And on chair for the second time here. And this is the advantage of having access to one of these S-tier hunters in the last round here. Akka taking full advantage, getting the second down onto the prisoner. Will we see a rescue here? It looks like it's going to be the Wildling crushing the save. I wonder if he'll feed Tinnitus or if he'll actually come for a rescue here. It looks like he's gonna juke the first swing, and
let's see if he knows how to break ankles. Let's see if he's able to break ankles right here. ChoAi, oh my god, wow. I thought that was not going to happen, but hey, Akka at least connecting to ChoAi. TX has a second life to work with. He's just probably surrendering to his fate, trying to get away from this part as far away as possible. I mean, there's no 5th Cypher, right, Eloy? So honestly, best case scenario might actually just be a draw here. So TX will be the first to leave. Oh no, the tram is not going to hit anyone. Will my 0 tram predictions come true? Too early to tell. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be 3v1 here onwards.
All right, so he does have his abnormal back now at this point. We see one Cypher at 90%, and that he does find it. He finds the 90% Cypher, knocking it down another 40% here. Yeah. So down to 50, and looks like Wildling started a new Cypher, Acrobat started a new Cypher. So GG's still positioning pretty well. Akka trying to find a survivor here, but I don't even know who's here. I don't see anyone. Maybe it's the bot giving tinnitus. I don't
Probably
know.
The bot, yeah. I mean, Akka's trying to confirm that.
How much time is being wasted here?
I know. And where is that tinnitus coming from?
Oh, the bot's hiding on the Cypher. It's just sitting on the Cypher machine.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What an angle, right? And Aka, I believe he wasted a good 10 to 15 seconds there. Is going to help GG decode a little bit more and get that progress up. I mean, there's already the 6th cipher happening. Aka trying to cut anyone off. I mean, GG is still in a very good position to prime this cipher in order to get those 4th and 5th cipher going. Pipisha might be the next kiter. Is the lucky guy though, has a pocket watch to work with, so let's see if he'll be the target. No, Aka is gonna go back, and 18 1v1 with 18. Let's see who's let's see if 18 will be able to kite long enough for the ciphers to be popped. Last cipher available.
We're gonna see the hit onto the acrobat here. Gonna continue on the chase here. We're gonna drop that pallet. See the pallet break here. The trip card is still available for Aka, so we can see him potentially switch to teleport if necessary. Not quite gonna get hit by the trib there. Oh, wow. Able to avoid the hit. Cypher Machine 70% of the way done. What's Aka gonna do? He's gonna teleport now. Can well. Oh, he almost canceled it, but just barely missed.
My God, what a play!
Yeah, wow.
What a play! He almost canceled it, right? That was so close.
Now
and now,
yeah, for that.
Pesky little bot, sneaky. You're gonna go down. No, don't give me that look. You wasted my time enough. And that's the end of the story of the poor bot. He's gonna teleport back, gonna find Pipisha. Pipisha probably went there a little bit prematurely. It's gonna get hit, puts down the pallet. Mind you though, this is where the last cipher is, and this is where the basement is, so gotta be really careful not to die here.
Yeah. We're gonna see Aka still trying to down the survivor. If he can get the survivor down, Chairman base before the Cypher Machine's primed. Oh, good patience from the lucky guy here. Then he could win, but he's gonna try to go to Acrobat. Acrobat doesn't have the Cypher ready just yet, but they already have this other Cypher Machine with a lot of progress over at Corner House as well. So it's gonna be really hard for Aka to win. He's gonna go back, just trying to go between these two Cyphers. Acrobat's gonna turn around and go straight back to that Cypher Machine over at the VIII area. Really just trying to prime it. It's at 80% over there, so it's got good progress.
Yeah, Pipisha might be going down here, right? He has no flywheel to work with. Okay, missed the first strike. Pipisha's like, yeah, I'm just gonna bring it a bit further.
Will they pop?
Can they?
Oh, no! They can, but he gets downed.
They forced it. Oh, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, maybe a little bit of a reasonable pop there, but the teleport's just to get to where ChoAi is opening the gate, trying to get ChoAi off the board at this point. But you know what they say about a wildling. Yeah, he's just gonna boink away. Yeah. Goodbye.
Funny thing about wildling is you can actually jump over short walls too. He doesn't even have to be a pallet. You can just you saw that there. He jumped over the barrel. People are in chat are probably like, oh, how do you do that? Well, oh, he's able to avoid the hit.
Can he
get to the tram?
Go on the tram.
Imagine.
Hit once.
Oh, he makes it.
God. Oh
he actually made it.
Oh my God.
The animation for getting off the board is 1 second. Sometimes the hunter has enough time to actually get that hit, but he didn't get it. He actually somehow made it. And GG, crazy. Wow, playing this endgame really well.
ChoAi will have the board in another 10 seconds. Not sure if... Yeah, he's going to die pretty soon. Unless... If the tram... No, it's not going to happen. ChoAi... 2 seconds. Yeah, unfortunately, not going to go down. But while all of that is happening, Lucky Guy is going to run to where the gate is open. He knows that Walling is probably going to take a little bit of time to self-heal. Probably going to teleport back anytime soon and just chair the Walling. I think he should be just happy with the draw at this point, right? Because gate's open, 2 of them are going to run out. Maybe that fire might kick in.
He's more of like a
flywheel. Things can definitely be... It can definitely make things harder for... There's actually only 3 borrowed time on the survivor side.
Okay, here we go. Gonna drop a trap early here over at this alleyway area and gonna rotate towards that is the female dancer here. Already has a slow box set up though, and the pallet dropped as well, so pretty good positioning here. Gonna create some distance. Xawm probably will just use this time to take down this box, and he's just gonna keep going after the dancer here.
Wow, Raleigh, second box already. Trying to play around the vicinity. Second box is going to be broken. Raleigh with the third and final box with the fast music box. Probably, yeah, that's not gonna hit.
Ooh,
yeah, that's not gonna hit, unfortunately. Second hook, better not miss because Right now, first hit onto Rowley. Rowley has nothing to work with. Has Flywheel gonna come online pretty soon. Xawm trying to get that first down onto Rowley. Coffin has been put down by Soba. And Rowley, whoa, the gate. Wow, the Terror Shock hook.
Yeah.
What? that was pretty sick. That was pretty sick. But
Mono P. Oh, does he get pulled back through the warp as well? I don't know. He does. Oh, he actually wants to. He wants to, and he misses the hit. The hook.
No.
Oh, he's gonna get the down here. But I guess the good thing is that he did put Coffin up, and there's no warp available, so he could use Coffin, but it's still pretty tough. The downs are just so fast here. I think Forward's gonna try to harass. Maybe they're not gonna. No, they're just gonna Coffin right away. Looks like. Huh. Interesting.
They know Xawm does not have Warp Gate to work with anymore, right? So I guess that's the better decision to make. But now Rowley is actually pretty close. So trying to probably rotate into the graveyard. Mono P trying to make this a Tarot's game, probably trying to support the King Rowley, right, throughout the game. Who knows? But one thing's for sure, if you do this, there's only going to be 2 people decoding ultimately, and I don't think this is the game plan you want, especially if you wanna escape at a faster time, right?
Yep, Ford's gonna take a hit here. Misses the flywheel though. No. That's unfortunate. He's not gonna go down, but does unfortunately give free damage here, which is not optimal at all. Ford's gonna keep harassing. They're really going all in on this play here. It's like he's gonna drop a trap here, trying to trap in. The survivor does get the stun.
Nice.
The power stun will not register, but he does give some distance to the dancer. Misses the first hook, but he does have infinite hooks though. Now that he does have full presence. Forward all misses the stun, and dancer's gonna go down here. Forward does not have any more football, and dancer's gonna be eliminated at this point.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Mono P is gonna try and get away from that area as fast as possible. But hey, despite him going down, making it 3v1, at least they got a 3 Cypher stun. But 4th and 5th, generally new. Forward has no football left to work with. And Embalmer has no Coffin to work with. So they pretty much used up most of their resources. And Mono P, out in the open, Xawm not even going to bother hooking. He's just like, yeah, I'm close enough. I'm just going to swing. And Mono P, second person to go down. I don't know. Cypher's pretty healthy, I guess. But he's going to chair right next to where Soba is decoding the Cypher. Has a trump card to work with. You think changing to abnormal here would be worth it? Or nah, he's just keeping it still?
Yet. Yeah, not yet. He can force this survivor to save early if he really needs to be abnormal later. We're gonna see the tram here. Does he dodge the tram? Does dodge the tram here. There's the hook. He's gonna continue to pull himself closer. Finally getting the hook onto the embalmer. He's gonna try to force the rescue after half though. Let's see.
Wow, what a plan. And let's see if it pays off. No hook available. He knows that. Trying to rescue before half, and he's gonna get it before half.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a pretty good play.
He's gonna try to go for a second hit here. Does he get the hook? Does get the hook onto the embalmer. Embalmer's gonna get knocked down as well. He does not have flywheel. And now a double down here. Forward on share for the second time, and now he could have normal the Cypher. If he had normal the Cypher, he wins the game. I believe.
True.
So he could do that. He could wait. Maybe try to force the patient to save early, preventing the embalmer from self-healing going to the Cypher machine. But he's got a couple of avenues here.
Force Soba to stand up first, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets a 3K, it doesn't really matter about time anymore, right? So,
yeah.
ChoAi trying to go and decode, probably. But I'm not sure if that's going to be wise. Probably go with... Oh, wait. What?
Wow, he actually makes it half health. Cypher Machine 85. There's the hit. Cypher's not ready, though. Oh, Cypher's not going to be ready. Can he down this patient as well here? Now, Forward does get away. Forward is the survivor that's dead on chair. He's going to chase patient, it looks like. He needs to be really careful, though, that someone doesn't sneak to that Cypher Machine. It's 85%. This is why I think an abnormal play would have been good a few seconds earlier here, but he's gonna continue after the patient. It looks like still has those infinite hooks to work with. Does he get the hook onto the patient? No, he's not able to get it there.
Oh no. Monopi's trying to go and heal him up. Not sure if that's wise. He's just gonna chair Soba. He knows that as long as he keeps the action in this vicinity, right? He can still hold on to his trump card a little bit longer, I guess. He's not seeing a 6 cipher shaking. So it's safe to assume that the only danger is in this area. 85% cipher. Everyone is at half health, so I'm not really sure if ChoAi can actually decode all the way up till Cypher Prime, because Soba expiring pretty quickly, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to. He's gonna also Ford doesn't have borrowed time as well. Shama's looking to be in a good spot to 3-kill this, but we're gonna see Patient continue to code. It's 40%. He's not gonna be able to get it in time. Yeah, and again, Ford doesn't have BT, so it's not like Ford can make a rescue and then they pop the Cypher anyway. So I think Shama probably has this secured here. He's also slowing the game down quite a bit as well. So even if somehow this does go into a tiebreaker, I think the time would be, I don't know, it's hard to say. Ford's actually going to try this.
Why?
He just gets downed. So that's it. Shama's going to be able to chair here. This should be the win.
Yeah, I think they're done, you know, like, because there's no reason to expose yourself like that, especially when you don't have a flywheel available. Maybe that's the plan, you know, just waiting for the flywheel to be available. But Patroller? I thought that was going to be a teleport, but no, it's a Patroller. Let's have a look at the match stats. Mono P, the longest containment time.
You see how the points really go back and forth. We see 72 in the first round.
Obviously, it will mean extra more simply because.
All right, one.
No.
RC. I'm saying RC is gonna win. That
will be our final selection here coming to match number.
Boz, Nico, Jay.
Very smart choice coming from ChoAi. If he feels that, and I do feel that it is gonna be the Embalmer.
High wheels and 2 tide turners, full kiting build on the Embalmer. And
right, not the opera singer, but the Chopra opera singer coming into this. He's not going to be chasing the Embalmer, but instead the aeroplane is at the hotel area. Pretty tight spot for ChoAi. Let's see if he's able to keep up with the notion here as he destroys the pallet.
Chongria already breaking that really strong pallet. Kyrie getting caught out here in the open. I thought he'd stick up to the second story more, but he's going to try to make a rotation here. Goes for the levitation to just go through this corner. So he's making great rotations around here. We still need a little more time left for some ciphers to get primed here, or at least get a 3 cipher going before he pushes for the mid game. But nice, okay, but gets punished for dropping down that pallet. Really thought he was going to stay disciplined and stay away from that pallet, but Kyrie immediately using his jetpack here, has 1 left and the other one's on cooldown.
Yeah, and he does have a flywheel to work with, but he's kind of in the open area, which forces a basic hit onto Kyrie here. Nothing he can really do here. The flywheel, let's see if he can use the jetpack. He's able to use it, but the hit registers, so this cancel out the second and third jetpack movement coming into this now. Kyrie will be seeing the chair for the first time, but Cypher progress not too optimal for this start.
And this allows ChoAi actually to expand his radius here and just to try to kick some ciphers, since he did bring the abnormal trade. City's already making the rotation happen, and he made that 60% cipher dissipate to just that 1%. So that means RC survivors are going to stay in this game longer. Rowley getting caught here out in the open, allowing ChoAi to just chase him above, but he still knows that he has to guard this rocket chair with his life if he wants to be able to continue on here. But Chocho, it seems like they're far off. They're not going to make the half blood rescue, but maybe go for a full blood.
Yeah, and looking at this, right, this is definitely an opportunity for ChoAi to potentially get that 4K game here. Now, City will be trying to go for that rescue. Should be okay, wouldn't be negated here. So, coming into this, let's see, City, will he be able to get a basic hit? Will register.
Wow.
A flywheel on the Gravekeeper.
And pallet stun. It's really rare to see a flywheel on a Gravekeeper, but so far, Kyrie needs to kite this one out. Pre-dropping pallets. I like this. Dungeon's already here, so they kind of made up for 2 ciphers. But Kyrie needs to provide a decent enough kite, but unfortunately not much here to work with. He did bring just a flywheel and a tide turner, so that's not going to help him out. So RC still put in a sticky situation here. Hopefully they're able to disrupt and discombobulate the momentum that ChoAi has started with in this first half of the game.
Yeah, so 2.5 of the ciphers that's being decoded. Usually we don't see this kind of situation from Team RC survivors, but because of ChoAi with the very strong chase as well as the abnormal, it's really turning tides, turning this matchup around. Let's see, RC survivors, they're actually doing a good job trying to get out of harm's way, but CD with that Gravekeeper shovel will be able to survive for a little while as ChoAi teleports back and spots out Soba.
Soba, he called him out at the start. He's catching him out here in the pallet. He's already dropped down his coffin, but now just drops down the pallet. So now this allows some ciphers to move while Soba gets the attention of ChoAi. Out here in the open, it's still okay. He's got to transition to a better kiting spot. There are some pallets here, but look at how awesome like he's able to just maneuver around here. And now Soba put in a tough spot. He's going to teleport, flywheel, but he baits it out.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of hunters always do that. They just wait it out, force out the baits out the flywheel, and just get that basic hit. So I mean, regardless, though, great stuff coming from Soba, but now he's able to coffin himself, and now will interrupt the other cipher, which is Rowley's one. But he already pops it, so the abnormal becomes nullified here.
That's actually a great pop. If anything, if any cipher had to pop, it should have been that one. But he still has access to down Soba here. So now Soba, unfortunately, does not have any borrowed time. He's going to have to kite for a little longer. He's going to hold around this pallet, go through, very risky, but still able to do it. Rowley now is going to get caught out here in the open. But it's a lawyer, flywheels through and gets through the pallet.
Love the daringness coming from Rowley, and it eventually pays off because that wasn't a single hit registered. Now City trying to push for that cipher, able to pop it once again. So where's that 60% cipher? This abnormal must be placed to use. As Gravekeeper, it's a shovel hit.
Yeah, so now he's changing targets. They're opening up. It's the center cipher, I believe. But yeah, he's going to have to use the abnormal or just trait swap right away for endgame. But Rowley's pushing the cipher over at the backside of the hotel. And there's still a 60% cipher. Oh, sorry, this is Soba, my bad. So Soba has to be very careful since he did get rescued already. He's on his second rocket share. And now he's trying to rotate to a safe spot here. But Chocho, it's looking like RC really putting the pressure on ChoAi here to try and push for the last cipher.
Yeah, at this point in time, it's not even about ChoAi anymore. It's just RC survivors when it comes to cipher rush, attracting the attention, pushing those ciphers at the right time is just perfect and comes to the excellent kite at the same time. Look at Rowley once again.
I think the daringness is because he's a lawyer. He could just vault anything without any consequence. Like, he's just going to do like that.
Right?
He's going to hit through. It's fine. No terror shock, folks. This is all good. Still holding on to the abnormal here. Last cipher is moving accordingly. That means Soba's on that last cipher. Not sure if he can afford to pop it because he's already here.
Yeah, we need to be careful, right, Soba? Because you don't have a borrowed time. It's going to be in fact, all three don't have borrowed time. So it's just going to be a very tricky situation coming the late game as we see Soba finally down. But the 63% cipher is being pushed by Rowley, so City E is coming for the rescue. Question is whether the rescue would be safe and at what situations should they be popping the cipher? Because all of them know 3.
Yeah, that's why. But Gravekeeper had to go through a chest just to find the magic wand. I think they're going to go back to the bridge to try and push that cipher. That's where Rowley's actually going. And City's going to at least try to go for a save here, but ChoAi is kind of forced to guard this chair. So it seems like they're going to push the back cipher while City is going to try to approach for the rescue because Chocho, it's already primed.
Alright, so if a terror shock happens here, 4K. So,
it's GG.
Yeah,
okay.
and able to get free rescue. Can he body block? This is going to be very crucial. A body block would mean the world for Team RC here to potentially get that tie. Unable to do so, and they will just pop.
So now oh wow, he's actually going to try to go for a detention hit onto City. City, the magic wand, no, able to actually go for a flywheel first. So amazing stuff, but ChoAi getting the double down. Rowley has not touched the exit gate just yet. And Rowley actually considering his options here. He's going to go for the gate or not.
Wow, ChoAi really played the late game well, able to understand that none of them had borrowed time, needed to target down that embalmer, and he did exactly that. Now City will be potentially seeing the chair if ChoAi is unable to find the survivor. And that seems to be the case as he makes a slight misstep when it comes to the shadow round, but
he has
the other gate
teleport as well. This is getting very dicey. 60%. It's not open just yet. I think he's going to go for the teleport. Oh, there it is.
Can he make it? Can he squeeze in?
Oh my gosh. Flywheel through. But he gets the knockdown.
Flywheel. triple sticker.
Oh,
and he catches him,
my God.
securing
On the survivors towards the end there, focusing on the Gravekeeper first to the Ivy, but I mean,
for them. As we head into this matchup, Ivy, potential first chase here could be the
he's got a full kiting build on the Novelist, so he might take first chase.
Let's see if Aka is able to get that 4-point lead here, 5-point lead here against the opponents here as he hits his shadow towards the hotel area, unable to spot up anybody as his main body hits towards the center where the aeroplane is initially spawned.
Yeah, so this is the setup that does burn a lot of Ivy players, and it is very crucial. I mean, you do have the... Oh, goes for the scare right away. It's very crucial for you to get the optimal first chase here, just to snowball everything. He does have insolence, so he can get that second skill, that second skill faster, but it's going to be hard going up against 487. He's actually a masterful kiter
another spray?
here. 60...
This is going to be important.
Oh,
and able to get that spray onto him, attracting him one more time.
Oh my God.
Your greed, Aka, your greed. Allowing Novelist to use his skill there, giving that speed boost, unable to get that hit. Your greed to do another spray, Aka, is gonna hurt you in the end, as we see 487 effectively kiting out this Ivy.
We've seen a lot of hunters, actually, their greed not paying off here. He's gonna go for a blink hit here, so that was quite expensive. You already got the 100%, so could have got that hit and then use the blink to down Novelist, but right now it seems like 487 is gonna reroute his kiting and just stay away from these ciphers. So Cypher is looking quite heavy. He's gonna have to start putting down his what's that? Sorry, yeah,
Ashrakan.
yeah.
Yeah, Ashrakan on the Cypher, preventing the Cyphers from easily decoded by this group of survivors. Now we're looking at the Cypher. One of them is almost gonna pop here with 487. Still has a flywheel, no book to work with though. So this should be okay as we see another spray. Oh, sprays on cooldown. 92. He's almost there.
Oh man, for his, yeah, they're he's just pulling so much distance, and this is where you feel that Chinatown is just a really big map for Ivy to get that much presence. See, now changing elevations as well. He's gonna try to go for that spray here, but the Novelist doing a great job. 487 still at 23% corruption, still doing an amazing kite here, and Aka unable to stop this Cypher rush from happening. Two other Cyphers are moving along well, ChoAi.
Yeah, everything is just going so well for the side of Wolf survivors. Another spray would work here. Let's see, 47. This is going to be a crucial one for Aka to potentially down for the first time. Missing the spray. My goodness.
Yeah, this will go on for a long time. And now Novelist flywheels just for him to get a little bit, not much corruption here. Gravekeeper has 47 while Novelist still sitting at 16 while they're about to work on their last Cypher. Aka still unable to get one survivor onto a rocket chair.
Yeah, Wolf survivors really have the upper hand coming into this. Aka, I'm not too sure how he can move on from here to potentially get that 4K. The max he can do here is just to get as many survivors as possible and not give them a 5-point lead. Yesterday we saw an 18-1, I believe. So
yeah,
let's see how Wolf survivors is going to be kiting this out. Are able to get 100%. And finally, a down after 4 ciphers.
That's a 3-minute kite, by the way. But then again, you know, Aka is the Ivy, you know, setting up the Ostrakons and like moving around in the shadow form. So I think it's still okay, but it's really hard for him to actually get a 4-man elimination. He could try as the tension. He can try to tie this one out, but the survivors are put in such a good spot. Aka now is forced to just I would say, like, try to defend this chair for as long as he can, but that last Cypher at 46 gets the push, tries to get a bit of the corruption here, but he's going to try and go for the rescue before the half, able to get it, and 100% on the Gravekeeper, double down.
Yeah, I do feel that this is a great move coming from Aka, but question is whether this double down is really going to be a huge factor for them to potentially turn things around. Now, he's going to be teleporting towards the Cypher as DKing is going to be jumping away with that. Another scream and he will be down, so he gotta play this really carefully as he blinks through flywheels and still gets the hit regardless. Unable to flywheel the 100% though.
Yeah, so injuries are stacking up, but his original target, the novelist, is out of sight, out of mind. Jelly is actually healing up 487. Let's see if he's going to be able to catch up, able to actually get the Ostracon over there at the hotel area. He's going to leave this spot here and try to chase after the two. So at least the novelist is still injured. So now they're focusing their attention on trying to heal each other up, which does buy a little bit of time. Jelly at the second story, while Acrobat just really hiding away from the clutches of Aka.
Yeah, so things are still looking very optimistic for Wolves. They are actually quite injured in this matchup. We can see Aka trying and attempting to go for that map control, cipher control, but would it make a huge difference here now? XMX will be at 99.
Wow.
As he safely gets into the shovel form.
Yeah, so that was a clutch shovel, I would have to say, on Gravekeeper's side. But now Aka's still scrambling, still wanting to down another survivor here. Gets the Gravekeeper though, so at least they were still able to save up the exit path. I think Aka forced to chair the Gravekeeper just to add a little bit of pressure, but at this point they got their options spread out here. 2 ciphers still remain. One just needs to pop, and they push for that endgame for at least just 1 survivor for Wolves to win this first round, I mean.
Yeah, and we did see DKing the Acrobat, removing the Ostracon before he continues to decode that cipher. We're seeing that being pushed very well, as DKing also sensed that Aka is nearby. Gonna be using the Ostracon, teleporting over and getting that hit onto one of the last ciphers. So Aka really prolonging this matchup, and we'll see if Wolves will be able to survive this, because the longer this match prolongs, right, the less items they have to work with.
Yeah, and they just spent the Tide Turner. Aka's not even chasing after the Gravekeeper that was just saved, so no more Tide Turners on deck for them. Injuries are piling up. He did try to go after the Novelist. Now XMX is going to be the target here, but he knows... Oh, is he going to even try to attempt? No, he's actually going to go towards the hotel area and try to see if anyone's going to try to pop this cipher here, but that's just a free rescue. He's going to try to go back and forth here. He's checking if anyone is moving the cipher in that side of the map, but we continue on the chase here, Chocho.
Yeah, and I think one good thing about this is that all the ciphers are quite spread out. It's just that it takes a lot of time to remove those Ostracons, and it's just so hard against Aka at this point in time. But I do still feel that Wolf survivors can potentially bounce back from this, as we see them healing each other up.
I think this is still... I mean, Aka's still put in a bad spot here. It's already 7 minutes in the game. He hasn't eliminated anyone yet, so he's really spreading out his attention. And like you said, all these ciphers are pretty spread out. You can only keep teleporting so many times, but the numbers game will eventually catch up on you. So let's see if he's going to try to hunker down onto XMX to at least get him out of the game. It seems like he's going to keep teleporting back and forth here, not fully committing to any survivor just yet. Jelly able to take out an Ostracon area just so they can push the hotel cipher.
Yeah, and able to swap their positions a little bit. Jelly is the only full health survivor here, so he needs to be careful not to give a free hit. We are seeing all ciphers on the map has been touched, and the 7th cipher is being pushed by, I believe, DKing.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's XMX, sorry. So yeah, they're pushing 2 ciphers at the same time, so this kind of forces the situation for Aka to only to have the attention on only one of them.
Yeah, that's going to be tough, because slowly but surely they're playing a really conservative game here, because they're really managing their resources. Well, I mean, the corruption percentage very well. And yeah, every time Aka keeps changing, these ciphers keep moving closer and closer, inching their way to be completed. And hasn't sent anyone out just yet. Gotta love the never say die attitude of Aka, but at this point, it seems like they have his number here, and how well they're able to actually just get his attention, move away, open up a cipher, and rinse and repeat.
Yeah, it's a 1v4 situation that Aka has to face here. So many Ostracons initially, but now we are kind of drained down to, I think, 4 or 5 on the map. So actually Wolves are doing a good job, slow but surely, that they're trying to get those ciphers to pop.
Right.
But it has almost been 9 minutes into this matchup, and ciphers still looking very optimal because Novelist is pushing that last cipher, but getting the attention of the hunter once again, it will be on a standstill.
Okay, Aka might be fully committed to actually going after 487, but this allows Jelly to try and push for the cipher here. So that is about to be prime Chocho, and 487 doing a great job, able to actually move and play around these pallets, gets the down, able to make the pop happen, but unfortunately no borrowed time for the Novelist here.
No borrowed time, that's right. So Cypher, they're just gonna prime. Decaying is also trying to prime a 6 Cypher.
Wow.
And they're also trying to prime a 7 Cypher.
they're just covering all grounds. They're being thorough about this, guys. But this is kind of tough to see. Aka still on the back foot here. He still has to be able to defend properly here. They're playing with the borrowed time here, but able to actually farm off a hit onto the Acrobat. Now with 3-person endgame, does not have any teleport, will have to go towards this exit gate that XMX is opening up. So at least he's able to get it. Oh, but he's still got a shovel to use.
Yeah, and Jelly is opening the other side of the map, so things are looking very good for Wolves to potentially just go for that one escape here as Aka trying to shift attention to the other side. But as of now, things are still looking very good. We do have that Ostracon at 24 seconds before you can teleport over again. So Jelly, trying to push for this again.
Okay.
Is he gonna teleport over Aka?
Okay, XMX trying to push as well. Aka's trying to make it on foot as well with the ethereal form here, but XMX has to stop pushing the exit gate. Main body is here. We're going to teleport right back to catch anyone here, but they still got their jetpacks. So now just a really back and forth battle here for the exit gates, but they have definitely fulfilled their win condition if they're able to just get one survivor out. XMX is down. This is his last share, I believe. So now once he gets chaired, this allows them to open up that exit gate for them to tie out this game.
Yeah, so able to tie things out, as you mentioned, and now we're seeing Wolf.
But the Novelist already had a book ready, so it prolonged the chase. It can go sideways, especially going up. Might have to build might have to have a full kiting build here, because he will take first
kiting build on him. So this is going to be Arms Factory BO2 first half between...
As Nico said in chat, that Kurt Protection Squad is here from the Goatman. That is ChoAi's Goatman. We do note that Rowley might have to take this first kite. We're seeing if he's going to try to spot anyone out at the center here, but doing a good job so far. Out of sight, out of mind. Soba is in that small form trying to dig for a page. We do see Rowley's actually playing like an explorer here, Chocho, just hiding it out and doing a good job. But this does build up the resentment of this hunter. Oh, he's able to catch him out. Oh, but look at that. Able to actually use the owl right away, and he's able to possibly go for it. But ooh, goes back and forth here. That's what happens when the resentment builds up, folks. Another cage, another hit.
Yeah, and look at the ciphers looking pretty not too good if Seer downs here.
Okay.
Does make use of the flywheel here, so is he able to kite out this cage is gonna be a crucial point here as he kites it out. Nice. So he lives for another day, and the cage is just not ready yet with the resentment.
Yeah, those back-to-back cages really played well in ChoAi's first chase, but yeah, the second one a little displaced here, but actually quite close, and unfortunately Rowley does fall down, unable to make it towards the factory area. We do see Soba is already making his way. He's already got a 50% page, and he does have Tide Turner.
Yeah, and yeah, I think it will be very hard to break ChoAi's 4 elimination rate and just the average 4 kills in each round. Now Soba is actually hiding here. I don't think ChoAi sees.
Oh, sorry.
He survives for another day.
Oh, yeah, he's doing a great job. What? That's crazy.
You can't chase what you can't find. Wise words. And now Kyrie is kind of locked behind this cage here in this corner, but we'll not be getting... Oh, and a free rescue! A backdoor rescue coming from Explorer here.
Backdoor rescue. Soba hiding behind this pallet. This actually provides a lot of distance to Rowley, and ChoAi knows that, okay, this isn't... Oh, what? He thinks that this is the seer?
Oh, no.
That's fine. He's gonna hide. He's gonna hide. Oh my god, he doesn't see... Oh, he saw him! Wait, did he see him? Oh, he saw him! Oh no! Oh, Soba, good job though. That worked out a little well. I don't know, a little too well, but not in ChoAi's radar here. But there you go, Explorer falls down.
Yeah, you get paid. You know, you gotta pay when you gotta be so sneaky. And Soba getting that 2 hits really quickly. But looking at our ciphers, I mean, the swap just means that they kind of restarted the situation, and pulling off a early rescue as well might not be the best optimal situation here.
Yeah, they still have Tide Turner Mercenary, so that's fine. Soba has to be very careful there, but yeah, a good thing there was no cage. So let's see if he can try to hide it out. Oh no, you see the track marks on the floor. So 50% Page is already on Aeroplanist, so that's good. But now Kairi still in the mix here, so another hiding strat here.
Oh my goodness!
Gotcha! Keep quiet, quiet.
Alright, we just gotta speak softly, and maybe ChoAi will be able to find this Kurt. And it seems to be the case where Kairi will get the hit instead. Oh, we'll have loved to see the flyer being played into action here. A very unfortunate situation. Also getting the cancel on the Aeroplanist jetpack, so Soba leaves. But the one to order! The one to order!
Oh no! It's betrayed! Soba, what's going on?
You gotta pay!
Oh, again. Oh no! He's gonna actually get trapped between 2 cages here, but nice usage of it. Let's see if he can kite it out. Able to actually get through this pallet.
No.
Oh, but he's already gotten hit. The wanted order. How dare this game?
Yeah, this game is just not to Soba's favor at all.
I know.
My goodness, but I have to say, man, great hiding coming from Soba just now. Was
incredible.
definitely unexpected.
Yeah, Mercenary has the 35% Page, so second time onto the rocket chair for this Explorer. You see some track marks on the floor here, so all this back and forth, unfortunately, is still not promoting any end game for the survivors, but unfortunately, Rowley does get knocked down. Still saving the Tide Turner, by the way, on the Mercenary side, so still doing okay. Soba's really playing with fire here. He's actually hiding again in this area.
Oh my goodness, and another one to order onto the Explorer. Why are you hiding? Why are you hiding? You!
Am I a joke to you? Am I a joke to you? Is that why you're hiding? Oh, and the Seer falls as well. It's going sideways. Soba's out of the game. Man, what is it with this wanted order?
No! We have loved to see how the Explorer can potentially play this out here, but that will be it for the Explorer play here. As we see Seer still on the floor and the abnormal play on that Cypher now. They have to decode another Cypher. It won't be right to just force the Cypher.
And this is, okay, so as entertaining as the team fights were and the hiding was and the Kurt protection squad, if we go down to the brass tacks of it all, ChoAi, 2 eliminations already. You still have a 35% Page, but everyone's injured. So he's looking at a 4K game here. I mean, you gotta love how RC is like, you know, really trying to go for all the support here, but it begs the question, you know, it's kind of like moth to a flame. ChoAi just playing his game here, not really overextending so much, just constantly rotating between survivors. And unfortunately, they weren't able to get the ciphers enough to pressure ChoAi.
Yeah, so this seems to be a definite 4K game for ChoAi once again, not breaking that 4K win streak on any of his hunters coming into group stages here, and that's the power of ChoAi just by himself. Yeah. And Aeroplane is trying to potentially go for a dungeon escape. We have seen some slugging play coming from, I'm not sure which, I think it was a Japanese team, and yeah, there was kind of like a debate with how the game should have ended, but
yeah, I remember that.
But this is gonna be crucial, right? Because
I think that was able to find AWG. Yeah, the bleed out versus. Oh, but we do see that the Mercenary did get up, so not sure if there's gonna be bleed out strategy. Tried to go for the jetpack here. He's still gonna stay outside, able to actually go through, but this is an awkward cage placement. Kairi, oh no, unfortunately unable to kite this cage though.
Yeah, the power of the resentment being built up so quickly. Now Goatman will be able to find City in this area. He's still holding on to the 35, but if you look at the Cypher progress, it's still just not quite enough with that pallet stun from City. Great stuff. Let's see. He's just gonna vault over preemptively, but it works out for him.
Yeah, so exit paths have already been spent. Mercenary is gonna eat that hit, and ChoAi is gonna live up to his 4K ChoAi with his Goatman. Again, you gotta love how he was able to use the Opera Singer at the start to save this Goatman, this S-tier Goatman in game number 2. Just having a lot of bans. RC, I mean, fan favorite people. It's like they're always for the people who give us some amazing and clutch matches. But against ChoAi here, it was a good run. We played a little hide and seek here, but yeah, ChoAi wants the gun for more, and he's gonna do just that.
And will now be able to secure that 5-point lead with none of them having this self-heal anymore. So once again, continuing that 4K streak, ChoAi really not allowing them to breathe for a second. But gotta say, man, the game is definitely gameplay there.
Yeah, it is what it is. Playoffs if they're able to do that. Yeah. But yeah, I think they just want to rush the ciphers and get
Akasai and the abnormal, very aggressive build once again, and Wolves.
Hullabaloo, is it do or die time? He needs to get a 4-man elimination for him to be able to continue on competing in the group stage here. And it seems like he's already making his route towards the factory area where 487 is at. He's going to hold up his hand for the double surprise. He has not planted it down just yet. He knows there's a chase here. Able to actually catch the seer with the black mark. But he really wants to be able to try and go for that red one just so that he'll be able to kind of silence and lock him out in.
Yeah, another white one, which is within range, not too much. So, as the Seer's bird will be ready in a quick second, Flywheel will be up in 8 seconds. So 487 has everything to work with. Question is whether he can get the white mark now.
Oh, baits out the owl, so that's good because it doesn't reset the marks that the Seer has. But 487 once again living up to his name here of how one of the best kiters in the tournament, but now gets that reset. Does not have any more owl. He does have a flywheel, and he's got a window boost here just from to work with. Can Aka down him right away? Flywheels unable to get it.
My goodness, 487 this time around with a short kite. Aka, this is the reason why Aka's Hullabaloo has been getting 4Ks. Look at the way he's playing it.
Yeah.
And now we are seeing all 4 ciphers being pushed, and this is because there is a mechanic bot to work with, a 1v5 situation.
Yep. XMX is already here. This might actually be a backdoor rescue, but we're going to see a little bit of the abnormal here, just so the ciphers will stay a little bit, but it's a 5v1 at this point. 487, though, trying to hop back into the factory. Aka has other plans. 1 red mark, and he will be falling down.
Yeah, the red mark, it will be crucial as he gets it once again, but we can't forget his bird is now ready.
True.
So they definitely need to come for this second rescue. First officer actually was a free rescue, so he could potentially come again. There is no more Tecturnals in the table here for Team Wolf survivors.
Yeah, so it's a little unfortunate that the cipher progress is still one to be very worried about if you're a hunter here. The injuries aren't really stacking up, so Mechanic could still decode a little bit, and the bot is still quite healthy. So XMX really going for this clutch save here. 1 more red mark. He needs to predict properly, able to get it. So injuries are stacking up. Like you said, 487 does have a bird, able to actually force it out here. But 1 more mark, and he will be falling down. But this buys time, Chocho, for the team.
Which is alright. Now he will be seeing the down, but it's definitely alright. The rescue itself plus the bird timing was definitely enough time for them to decode a little bit more, as we see that the the abnormal trade will be up in 10 seconds. They need to pop that 97% cipher as well as the 77 one.
Okay, I think he has access. Oh no, the 80% cipher is not this one, so he might have to swap traits here. It's not going to go well here. First officer is already injured, but nice pocket watch used by XMX. Maybe he just wants to tarnish his record without making him escape. It seems like he's hunkering down to really, focus on to this first officer. Yeah,
and as of now, things are looking okay. It's just that it's on a standstill as we see the 6th cipher just started decoding, so XMX really need to make this kite count as he's trying to die towards the corner, accepting his fate.
Yeah, and this is going to be hard for a, I would say, rebound kite, because you're going to have to either go psychologist or mechanic, but none of them have tide turner. So now it's switching to teleport here just so we could stop the end game from happening. So it seems like it's the psychologist, but psychologist can't tank those 3 hits. But we're going to see a trapeze just to try to catch the psychologist. Nice avoidance of the white mark here. We're going to switch stages, but it's right behind him.
Yeah, D-King with a great kite here that we're seeing. Another black and white one, and he will be getting his 2nd hit. Still not close to being down yet, as we see the first officer pushing the sandbag cipher. Things are looking very optimal for Wolf survivors to potentially pop these ciphers.
True. I mean, D-King doing an amazing job here, avoiding the marks at all costs. He could tank 2 more hits, while this kite is prolonging the chase of Aka to focus onto the cipher that is moving. So, doing a great job, D-King. Has to survive a little longer here. Can eat that hit. Now he needs to transition away. Nice movement to avoid the double surprise, but the second down, uh-oh, that was fast.
Fast, but enough. Because looking at the sandbag cipher is at 80%. The moment Jelly, which she's already here, come for the rescue, it should be an okay situation as long as it's not a terror shock because he does not have our time. So there's going to be key play coming to this as he hits for this rescue. Cypher's prime.
Okay, gets the hit. Flywheels. Oh my gosh. And now we continue on here, just downing Jelly. It seems like he knows this is not going to be a borrowed time mechanic, but the mechanic already has the doll, I believe, position. No, not on the gate. So now they're going to try to split push the gate. 3 bodies are still out because mechanic still has the bot included out here and out and about.
Yeah, and both survivors, they just need a 1 escape to secure their 2-0 win here. Now XMX seems like he's gonna be the next line of target here. Will be forced, but he has no items to work with.
Yeah, he just needs to kite it out.
And as
oh my god, he can't chase with the white mark. Able to actually juke back and forth. XMX continuing on. 1 more red mark and he's gonna fall down. Able to actually, able to get the first officer here, but the exit gate is already opening. I think DK knows, yo, I just gotta get out of here just so we can get the victory. Yeah.
Yeah,
XMX.
like Jelly is like right there, but like I don't care. I just need to get this gate open first. Like that's the priority. You are second option. As he hits for this rescue here, should be able to make it. Yeah, this could potentially be a 1 escape or if not a tie game here. They're just trying to rush for it. There is no flywheel, no items to work with. As Aka tries his best to prevent them from going out of this gate, but nothing is really stopping them here. S Wolves once again.
Group stage. It's Wolves versus GG. Oh, but here you have the matchup, folks. Wolves taking it for he had 3 MVPs, but now this one or 4. This is his.
Have fast attack recovery. You have so many. Really don't think Clown needs that much of needs a buff. But anyways, we're gonna look into our GG line. XMX, Jelly, 487, ChoAi, DK in the world, and we see Eversemy Town here as the first GG. One of the most intense matches we're gonna see. So though a pretty effective kiter against the Goatman. You can kite out the cages.
Reflex, no borrow time on the aeroplanist, neither the now.
Alright, so it looks like we're gonna see Xawm's gonna go straight for that aeroplanist here as we talked about, and that looks like it's gonna be his ideal target at this point. Jelly trying to break as much line of sight as possible, trying to delay that first cage, trying to get to that corner house, but just running to the hunter a little bit there. We're gonna see that first cage. There's the switch. Will he use the jetpack early on here? We're gonna see the first jetpack getting utilized. Finally able to avoid the hit, but I think does manage to kite up the cage just as it expires there. So good first cage kite here from Jelly. Kite continues here. There's a swing, trying to go for that chip hit, does get the chip hit, but I think that's perfectly fine for the airplane as long as he can force out at least 2 more cages here, and is going to go straight up the stairs here, trying to position himself in a good area to kite out this this cage. He's going to go through here again, come up falling behind, dropping down, going to go back through again. Will we see the jetpack? Finally seeing the jetpack getting utilized, and kites out the cage yet again here. Has to use the flying jetpack, but still gets the hit in that first chip. Actually does end up mattering here.
It's okay though, because it's still aeroplanes that we're talking about. We're just missing 1 more hit left on our hands to use, so I'm not being able to get that hit right over the polish, but it's still okay for now. Jetpack 1 left on our hands to use, but it seems like it's going to be the cages expiring really soon as well as Jelly. We're able to get straight towards the other side, and now 2 pods on our hands to use. There's no terror shock because this aeroplanist has knee-jerk reflex ready.
And this is the power of Goatman though, even with all these cages getting kited out. He's actually going to go into basement. Now, there is a Gravekeeper, which means they can rescue that, but it does mean that Xawm does get the basement share here. And it's still a very good first kite. It does mean that, okay, what I was going to say is Goatman is so good because even if you kite all those cages, you still have another cage to work with. That's how fast the resentment comes back. Even if you miss your cage, the resentment another cage is usually almost always going to be available after that. We're going to see the Gravekeeper come in for this rescue, but already a good early start here for Wolves. It's going to be a free rescue here in the basement as well. Airplane is just going to want to take this time to get out of basement. Gravekeeper will go ahead and wait that out. We're going to see Puppeteer finishing off the Cypher Machine of the Grave, and then Obelisk will start on a new one here. So they will be onto their last 2 ciphers pretty soon, but Airplane is going to do their best to just die away from the basement and die away from the Cypher Machine so there's no opportunity for an abnormal.
But it's still very smart play here from Aeroplanist as well by running in towards the basement, in which the first abnormal did not have any chance into coming out. So with that right now, XMX still currently at full health. We're currently starting the 4th and the 5th Cypher machine here. Puppeteer having that wanted order, XMX should be able to get this rescue on time, but there's just too much resentment here on the side of Xawm. We might have to force ourselves out of that shovel in order to actually come in for the rescue.
Yeah, I wonder if they're even going to commit to the save. Looks like no, they really want to get off this rescue here and force the Goatman to use more resentment. And does take the hit for the Aeroplanist, but he does already have another cage to work with, so he's going to be able to use this next one pretty soon here. But the tram is in the vicinity, looking at the Cypher progress here, but the tram does actually leave, it looks like. He's going to go and put up that cage and get the end of the pallet.
Okay. Yeah, you can't get on the tram there no matter what, because the moment you get on the tram, all what it takes is for Goatman 1 cage and you're going to be forced off the tram instantly. So like from Jelly there, there's really nowhere else we can go.
Yeah, well, I just mean it is about wasting time, because no matter what, you're going to go down to a cage here, so you can't take the tram, waste a little bit of extra time, and that's kind of the goal in this situation. But the last Cypher machine, yeah, already 38%, so Survivor's in a pretty good position, and only 1 injury on the board. It's definitely optimal for them, but again, still some time here for Xawm to get to this last Cypher. Still has a normal still as his straight, so let's see what he's able to do with that.
In this case scenario then, we're currently trying to heal as much as we can, but with 47 here being nearby as the Novelist, it's not too bad for him since he can switch traits really fast. But right now, when we go straight towards that 43% Cypher machine, we could have normally once again just in case as Tram comes nearby to aim for a little bit more of assistance here to buy a tiny bit more time. But it's a Puppeteer we're talking about. Even if you want to get him there really fast, it just doesn't seem right.
Alright, we're going to see the Puppeteer going to break that first cage. The second one's still waiting here, going to break the second cage. He's going to be forced to use a third one here. And even if he does use... No, actually, he's just going to take the chip hit onto this Puppeteer. And does have the cage switch right away. Does he get the puppet off? He does get the puppet off to absorb that hit. But just like that, because it's full presence, the resentment already back again. And he can use another cage here to down this Puppeteer.
An instant down, however, we cannot forget 47 is currently the one decoding the Cypher machine. He gets a 10% decoding boost when the Cypher is below 50%. So right after this rescue from Gravekeeper, I feel like GK will be the one going back towards trying to decode, and then Novelist coming in for that guarantee rescue. However, for now, Cypher machine currently at 36%, Abnormal still on our hands to use as well. More or less, it's just we need to guarantee it before half rescuers, or else it's going to be really bad. Gravekeeper once again does a cage use, but with this hit, it seems like we didn't break the cage on time, and you know, we don't have enough resentment ready on our hands to use, so thankfully Gravekeeper should still be able to perform the rescue.
Yeah, it does see the rescue here. Gravekeeper is going to go ahead and use that shovel. Puppeteer does have the chip to work with. There's the switch. Puppeteer is going to use that ability to make it through the pallet here. Last Cypher machine, 81% of the way done. Puppeteer does have borrowed time here, Crow, so this is a good survivor for Wolves to have kiting in the end game. Xawm also doesn't know if he has borrowed time. He may think that he just has broken and tied, because he never did go for a rescue, I don't believe. So yeah, with the Cypher machine being primed, they can afford to go for a basic hit here and pop it. But Xawm may know now that he has borrowed time, since they're not just popping right away.
But then in this case scenario here, it's a little bit unfortunate, but I just feel like with that hit down, you can't really go straight towards Graveyard anymore, so the Puppeteer being forced straight towards the other side. Even if you use a little Lewis here, you would go down instantly, and we used that mini flywheel of ours a little bit too early as well. Teleport is ready on our hands to use, but at least XMX is nearby just in case that teleport does connect.
Yeah, we're going to see that share there with the trait still available. Teleporting onto the Exegate here, where the Novelist is going to be the one taking the kite. Has a book to work with here. Detention in the air. Does need to use a cage though to get this detention hit. There's the flywheel through the cage. There's the switch. Novelist going to use that switch. Going to go back again, trying to kite out this cage as much as possible, but finally does expire, forcing him to use yet another one. He actually tried to block him in there, but wasn't able to get it. Novelist is going to break the cage yet again. 487 doing an excellent job in this area. The goal from at this point is just waste as much time as possible for the other survivors to get the rescue and get out that exit gate. We're going to finally see the switch in the down, but with no cages available and no trait, this does mean that we're going to see a tied first round here.
If that's the case, that's such a strong advantage point here for Wolves, especially with the fact that ChoAi's Goatman is also really strong on this.
The airplane is 94 seconds, which is very hard to do.
Do some help, especially when it comes to rescues, considering that, you know, the Explorer is in the middle. There's still a chance we might try and aim for it and Explorer, and first off, they're having the tight turn to 3 borrow time here, except for
All right, looks like he's actually going to go towards the Priestess here first, not wanting to go for that Psychologist. PB Shot in the distance. We see a long cage to try to get an early hit on him. PB Shot hugging the wall here so he can portal away, but he finds him right away and doesn't even get a chance to use that portal as he immediately puts up that cage. I wonder if we could better PB Shot to use that portal earlier to at least delay getting chased out early here, but an early hit from ChoAi. He's now finally going to use that portal to make distance, but very slow ciphers already, and this is a great start for the Hunter.
For our goal on here, it doesn't really matter whether we use a portal or not, but it seems like with this portal, we're able to get out just about on time when we're activating. So for Priestess right now, we're outside, so it's okay. We can still take it to chip it as we don't have enough resentment on our hands to use. No portals left on our hands, but at least the good news here is Priestess is still alive and well and kicking.
Looks like we're going to see one more cage. He needs to get this cage right here, and he does get it. He would have had 0 resentment after this cage, and Priestess could have kited for a while, but he is able to get the perfect jump back to get the down onto the Priestess. That is a fast down with abnormal available as well. This is a very good early game position for ChoAi. Looks like Kutao going to come in for the rescue here, transitioning to the upstairs area, trying to hide out, but I wonder if he'll go towards middle to abnormal that cipher. No, looks like he's just going to try to cuff the officer from a distance. It does get that chip in.
But like with this in mind, then that just means we can potentially get a double down since the second pocket has not. No, it has been used just about on time here. But at least if we can get a normal hitter, it's still okay. We're currently at half health right now. 2 hits currently being taken. But look, it's already a max presence Goatman here, so that just means we can get our resentment backs really fast. And it's only 90 seconds in towards the game. That is really not good here for GG. We've given way too many hits.
Yeah, this is such a great start here for the Hunter side. Just too many free hits overall. That Priestess was not able to portal out of the cage for the start of the game, but Psychologist going to go ahead and use that whistle, healing up the first officer at this point. I wonder if we see officer come in for a second save. Since there's only 2 tide turners, it's Priestess and officer. Priestess on chair, officer already expended the first one. We're going to see the double cage switch, trying to get the hit onto the Psychologist, but not able to get it. Just going to use that abnormal. And actually, the officer broke both cages, so ChoAi's going to have to use a third cage. Maybe to go back, but no, he's just going to walk all the way back here. There's the switch onto himself, but not able to get the hit because of the trim. Finally getting that first hit onto him, and there's the rescue, but Explorer only a 50% page and still 3 full ciphers to go. That's not going to be enough here at this point for GG.
It's what we said as well, right? It's just max presence for this Goatman is just way too strong for him as we're able to get our cages back online already so fast. PB Chat being able to drop down that pallet there is great. However, look how fast the resentment is currently stacking. This Goatman is ready to go here. Once again, we have our items ready. Priestess will vault over a little bit slower compared to usual, but that's still okay for now as she is going to be forced. Did not take the terror shock hit there, thankfully, and we did not break the cage on time. That's so unfortunate as Priestess will be returning back to the main area. That one abnormal kick now. 3 cipher machines left on that side of survivors. It just isn't enough.
Yeah, this is going to be the final chair for the Priestess. With the officer injured, he was able to get an elbow pad from the chest, but not enough. I don't know how much that's going to be very helpful at this point. We're going to see this switch onto the Explorer. Let's see if he's able to find him hiding out. He's trying to hide through the alleyway, but I don't know if ChoAi is going to be able to spot out his trail. Looking through, does he see him in the distance here? He does not. So Explorer able to evade line of sight. That's very important since Explorer does have a page to work with, but still just not great cipher progress. We see officer starting a new one here. Psychologist already used her heal, and officer injured. It's just so much time needs to be bought here for GG if they want to get a 2
teleport. But it seems like teleport didn't come out, but we saw Kutao at least. There's no Explorer that we actually found, but that's an instant hit down right after the pocket watch use. That's a full kite denied from the officer. He could have definitely bought 30 extra seconds, but right now, at least the 3rd cipher machine is finally done. But Explorer only has 1 page left on his hands to use, and this cipher machine decoded by first officer might just be fully denied here, as 18 here currently nearby wanting to come in for the rescue, but we don't have Tide Turner.
Trying to find the Explorer here. It looks like he thought he saw him hiding in that area, but nope, not able to see him just yet. Again, Explorer still a 50% page here, and they have some ciphers being worked on. Psychologist needs to get on the cipher machine as quickly as possible, but isn't there just yet. This Explorer is just going to delay this rescue as long as he can, so that gives Psych more time to get to decoding. Finally up to that middle 2-story area, but so in theory, they have 80% on the last cipher and 50% on this next one, and it looks like finally Explorer will come in for the save here, but misses the cage.
Ooh. But it's okay though, we can still come back just on time. We can potentially try. That's a terror shock down! Instantly on that side, as Psycho here will be denying her own Cypher Machine. And if that's the case, we know where Psycho is, who's currently at balcony. And with that, if she wants to come in here, as we do here from tonight, is we will try to deny it here. So why trying to get maybe a surprise pick here. But Taosing is just going to hide behind that window and try to find her route in, as she will be found here instantly. That's me a cage here just for the black. We're going to get a second cage up already on time as well. But Psychologist having nowhere else to go. We're going to be able to go straight towards the other side, but that's going to be hit instantly. But the cage cannot be destroyed on time, as we want to get a little bit closer towards the chair. That's what we did, but it doesn't matter. We'll be fully denied by ChoAi here, and that's a Psycho down. That's fine to Explorer who's gotten up, but it doesn't matter, as we've still so much resentment on our hands to use. Hello, Explorer. Good night to you, as ChoAi will be able to take Goatman away, as GG18 will surrender himself towards this Goatman.
Essentially, you know, their hunters 4 killing every single round, and they're 7 round.
Psycho being the first chase, if Psycho is the first, we could potentially have Fire Investigator dropping down in air for the early game. We're going to be able to see a triple knee-jerk reflex here on the 5.
Alright, it looks like Xawm immediately going towards the corner house to go ahead, or the corner building hotel here to look for that Psychologist. Will he go ahead and commit here? Looks like he is. He's just going to drop these shadow clones in the bottom area, so he can flip back if the Psychologist does decide to take that route. But D-King immediately acknowledging, I don't want to go this way. The clones are there. We have to wait for them to dissipate before transitioning back into hotel. An excellent discipline from him to do that. And now getting straight into this pallet here. Going to get the speed boost as well. Already off to a very good first kite here. Really positioning himself quite well.
Xawm kind of lost himself there early on as well, as he was trying to play pallet mind games with no one, as D-King rotated himself in towards hotel at a very nice spot. But if that's the case, then we're currently at the back here once again. Xawm, look, D-King's not the one creating the distance. Xawm is the one creating distance up against this survivor here, so we're a little bit confused as the Shadow Dance back finally comes back and seeing where the blood trails is. But even so, it's already 60 seconds in, and the first hit hasn't even registered yet.
Yeah, this is so good for Wolves. Just the raw kiting from this team is quite impressive. We will finally see the first hit most likely onto the Psychologist here, but it's so late into the game. But he is running back into the clones here, so Xawm could switch back, but they are going to disappear here. He's going to go back over to this area. Will he take the vault? He is going to take the vault, and Xawm missing a dash as well, slowing down the kite even more here. D-King going to get to this next pallet. This kite continues along on track to maybe 3 Cypher kite this Opera Singer, and that Abnormal may not even have any effect at this point with how long this kite has been going.
There's no survivors nearby as well, near D-King, so that just means that Abnormal will be fully useless until maybe our second, third chair. Right now though, D-King trying to stay as far away from his survivors as possible. That's going to be the next leap missed. We're trying to maybe bait out a flywheel. I saw him there, did move left and right, but for Ice having here currently being nearby, wanting to pop open that Cypher Machine as soon as we can. Can we maybe do it on time here? Why get it on towards the board? Can we maybe get a pushback there on time? It seems like Wiley wants a pushback to cancel that Abnormal hit, but once again, still so much time here. But that Abnormal kick will come to us. Wiley did get the pushback there on time, and that 98% Cypher Machine is almost just about to be low. We're going to be able to get that hit immediately, and the Cypher Machine finally popped. But then 47 is the one in danger, but we have to go back straight towards the Psychologist, since she might just self-heal on time.
Yeah, what a commit from Wolves, and that's actually the correct play in that position. A lot of people, you guys are probably wondering, like, oh, is it worth it to get hit? Absolutely worth it to get hit in that position. Not only does it waste a lot of time for the Psychologist to sit on the ground and the other survivor, that being the Weeping Clown, to continue decoding, it also means that they're able to get the pop-up and no Abnormal come into effect at all. They're already under the last 2 Cypher Machines, and this Psychologist even has borrowed time. There's an opportunity for a 4 survivor endgame here, which could even result in a 3 escape.
But it seems like Wildling, okay, that's at least a rescue here. No Terror Shock, thankfully, with the Tide Turner here being able to pull so much distance out and buying so much time for the survivors to decode. With Fire Investigator as well being near the Opera Singer simply means that his decoding debuff has been fully nullified there, with so much time being bought for himself too. So right now, no decoding debuff on the side of Fire Investigator. It seems like Wilding is also reaching towards the other side, maybe wanting to decode the Weeping Clown Cypher, as Weeping Clown should be on his way to rescue here. 2 Cypher Machines here, currently 58 and 38%. Accelerated decoding will start in around 5 seconds, and with this in mind, as long as we body block and use rocket dashes to pull out, that's really all what matters.
Alright, we're going to see the last Cypher Machine over here being worked on by Xawm. Could go Abnormal this, and he does acknowledge, I have to get an Abnormal off. If I don't do that, this is going to be a lose for me, so I have to get this off. Weeping Clown, tried to go for the support to push the Psychologist, but I think some miscommunication there, and they were not able to get that off. Now Deacon kind of trapped at a weak pallet here. Does take the vault, does get the speed boost, but he is going to finally get knocked down, I think, right at this area. And yeah, there's the down. If only he was able to get that push off there, maybe could have been enough time with some body blocks to keep that survivor long enough for the Cypher Prime, but they do fall a little bit short. And now, if anything, this position is not as good for Wolves anymore. They don't have the Cypher Machine ready, and all 3 survivors are injured, so they don't exactly have the best position right here moving forward.
Yeah, not only that as well, only 45 seconds left until we have our ability ready, so this simply means that we can change to teleport instantly right after we get the next survivor down. But this depends on Xawm now, on how fast we can get a survivor down. We don't see really hear anyone just yet as we shadow dance back here, worrying about that last Cypher Machine at 44%. With Jelly and XMX running healing, this should be able to take the survivor's momentum back to normal. A little bit unfortunate for Xawm though, we didn't really predict correctly where the survivors actually was.
And it looks like we're going to see hiding in this pallet area is 487. Does he see him? He has no airbag source, but he does get the pallet stun, so he does find him. But 487 gets to waste some time with that stun there. And we're going to see him just going to take down this pallet, transitioning after him. Does not have any airbags to work with. He has to mind game this pallet well, but no, he walks straight through the pallet. It does give enough time for the Wolf survivors to heal up, but the problem is that also gives time for Xawm to get his trait back and to put Fire Investigator on the rocket chair.
This is such a great rocket chair placement as well, since Xawm can just immediately go towards the Cypher Machine at Corner House and Abnormal Head once again as our Abnormal ability is ready on our hands to use. Jelly here as the Weeping Clown, seems like we're gonna not go for the Abnormal Kick just yet. We're gonna Shadow Dance back here first as XMX, really nice positioning here. We did not give the Opera Singer any opportunity to force an instant rescue.
I think we're going to see the... Yeah, Wildling is going to save this. Weeping Clown, continue to code that Cypher at 50%. There's the rescue. Will we see Xawm go to that Cypher to Abnormal or teleport? Looks like no, he's really just trying to down. The survivor does get the hit through the pallet onto the Fire Investigator here, and it looks like he's going to go straight for that Cypher Machine. He'll probably go there Abnormal, then go back and go for the chair. I would imagine is going to be his play of choice, knocking it down to 29%. But yeah, right back to the survivor here. Onto the rocket chair. Wolves had such a good spot here, Crow. I really thought they could have potentially gotten that end game. I think that missed rocket from the Weeping Clown was the difference maker in this match for sure.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate for Wolves as well, because if we actually got that rocket out, we'd be able to pull so much distance and allow the Cypher Machine there at Corner House to be decoded on time. But for now though, Jelly might become the next chase as he's the only one at full health. Meanwhile, Whiting decoding Cypher Machine there near Hotel. But if this is the case, we might not even be able to see a 2-man endgame here. We dropped down pretty early on as well as the hit there registered really fast. And with this, so the Shadow Dance going back, very beautiful rocket here to cancel this hit and the stun. And right now, that's going to be a target hit straight towards the Fire Investigator here once again. But Weeping Clown and Whiting are currently injured, and we also do have teleport ready in 40 seconds.
Alright, and we're going to see the Wildling continue. He's going to have to get off of that Cypher Machine at this point. Going to go straight for where the Wildling is decoding. He's going to run away towards the hotel area here. Did miss that dash there, so that gives Wildling some distance. He also will have Boar to work with at this point, but Xawm got to go right back to that Cypher, trying to stop that Weeping Clown. These survivors, even though they're half health, they're relatively safe for the time being, just because they both have useful items to work with, but Clown only with 1 rocket, so it's not exactly going to keep him... It's going to keep him alive for essentially 1 chase, I guess. And they're just going to continue to split these ciphers, but yeah, that trait being back now, I think gives Xawm a great position. I guess the upside is they both have borrowed time, so if they do manage to get this pop, they'll be pretty well positioned endgame if he tries to slug them.
But for now, it seems like Weeping Clown's out a really bad area here. We can't really pull a rocket dash just yet, as we do have our dashes ready on our hands to use. No Shadow Strike here for Xawm there, but that slow debuff is able to buy us a little bit, tiny bit more time, but no items left. 1 pallet left to use. Shadow Dance, we can go over straight immediately to play the pallet mind game, but we're just going to wait until Dash Ninja Reflex is over. So with this speed boost gone, no hit over the pallet though, thankfully. The Cypher Machine currently at 80%. How much time can we actually buy here? Or maybe we're going to Shadow Dance back, but it's towards the wrong remnant, as the Cypher Machine might be primed on time. It's 88%. It's just not enough.
It's not enough. If he's able to get 1 extra vault off there, it would have been enough to go for that Cypher Prime, but he's going to fall a little bit short there. Now we're not out of this just yet. We're going to see the Wildling with the Boar still available, but he left the Cypher a little bit too late here, I think, Kuro, because now he's just going to get chased in this area. He's going to have to use the Boar, I think, a little bit earlier than he would like. Keep in mind the Boar has less durability as the game progresses here. He needs to avoid getting hit off of the Boar here. If he gets hit off the Boar here, which he does, it's going to be the 4 survivor elimination here, and that means that Xawm puts Wolves back to where they start to that corner building cipher with the connected.
Still pretty strong for a prisoner, especially
Best first chase target for any hunter, especially opera singer.
towards hotel before she even catches up towards you. However, it's gonna be trumpet attention outside with abnormal.
Like we're gonna see the opera singer. Actually, maybe we'll go for the gardener here. Nope, actually gonna go towards middle here. So I'm gonna go straight for that hotel. He does know that the prisoner is probably somewhere in this vicinity and trying to find out where he's. Nope, gonna go right back towards middle here. So actually choosing to not look for the prisoner, just trying to find a quick target to go for. In this case, might be the gardener, but still not able to find a target just yet. So GG already off to a very good rotation.
But the tonight is still being given towards the opera singer. It just hurts her so much right now. We don't know where the gardener is just yet. First one right now, we're able to go outside here, but can we see that shield from the bubble? No, we don't. As right now, Junior targets here once again. COA8, he thinks that COA8 was actually the one giving to Knights, but right now, if we really want to chase after Mercenary, that's such a bad start. As prisoner here will be found here finally by the opera.
Yeah, the rotation is just so good, able to keep that prisoner hidden for a long time, but finally able to find his ideal target. But it did take a while and allow for some decoding to be done here. So looks like prisoner's going to use this hotel area to kite with. Does have a normal as well, so he won't have blink for this first chase. If prisoner can potentially kite until these cipher machines nearby are popped, then it'll be a very good early position here. Let's see if 18 is able to get the shock up to cancel the dash. Looks like he's going to go for the shock, but not in the pallet, so he's not able to get the follow-up pallet stun.
At least we're able to get a hit here even with the flywheel. Sadly, the gun cannot come out on time as we're going to use it now 90 seconds in towards the match. But look at how slow their cipher machine decoding progress is. It's already 100 seconds and it's barely even one cipher in total.
Even with that rotation, it just appeared not to be enough. And even now, we see the prisoner rotating on top of the mercenary cipher. We're going to see that abnormal, reducing that progress. Not a huge reduction, but still could be significant. Prisoner going to use that time to gain some even more distance here. But now he is kind of trapped in this area. We see the gardener nearby as well. So prisoner really just kiting on all of the cipher machines as of right now, which is not a great early game. But we do see a swing and a miss at the window there. So close.
But that's at least a reset there on the chapter lead, but missed the pilot mind game there. Very unfortunate. In total right now, it's only about barely 1.5 cipher machine done from the survivor side. However, we still cannot forget though, COA8 cipher machine here will be locked once again. That's a 46% cipher machine. I'm quite sure it was initially abnormal as well by this opera singer. So with this in mind, let's just see who might be able to force the mercenary to rescue instantly as the pilot there finally is able to drop down and create a safety net here for our merc.
All right, looks like we're going to see Mercenary. He's going to take that vault. No, he's going to teleport back to the chair here. TX, the gardener, who does have Tide Turner, can come in for this rescue. Looks like that's going to be the case here. And cipher percentage progress. Oh, he's trying to get a ball there, but wasn't able to get it. Will he switch back to a clone? Or no, it is on cooldown. No, he's not able to do so, but he is able to get that bubble, which will guarantee the rescue here. But prisoner, nowhere to work with, nowhere to kite. He does have shock back, and will have flywheel back pretty soon. So gardener does make a good rescue. Mercenary can rescue second, and there is a window of opportunity for a prisoner rebound. He's also just going to take this opportunity to grab full presence.
But like, look at the cipher machine. That 70% cipher machine, it seems like it might just be done on time. But like Gardner here getting the push from, let's see, mercenary cipher, we could have normal that 40% cipher machine one more time, just so we're still one cipher machine down. However, for one here though, we still have to be very careful. If prisoner here has max struggle, we could potentially struggle free on time. As right now, barely be able to get that on time. Coordinator pushing the cipher machine near the Gardner as mercenary will be on his way in.
All right, it looks like mercenary coming for that backdoor rescue, but will he use this abnormal here on the cipher? I think that's the cipher that's 48%, so it seems like a pretty good abnormal, but he's trying to get even more value here, going for that 92 cipher to abnormal that down to 53. I think it actually would have been the same amount of abnormal progress, but he's just trying to slow down that cipher over there from being decoded. Mercenary coming in for the save, trying to prevent the rescue from getting here in time. Is Mercenary is able to get the rescue off in time and does take the hit. So prisoner is going to actually stop to make a connection. He does have shock and flywheel, so he can potentially kite this, but was not able to cancel the dash. He can flywheel through the pallet here, but does not get the flywheel off, and it's going to get knocked down. But the two ciphers here are almost done. So and there's no trade available. So GG actually looking well positioned to get the tie here. They can actually get this pop off relatively soon.
That's what we talked about as well with the two tie turners. It's definitely a guaranteed tie game here, even up against an upper singer when you had such a bad early game. Right now, we might just go back straight towards square zero though, with that 83% cipher machine being fully not be able to decode, and of course 40 per seconds until our trade is ready. For ChoAi here, we'll probably want to play the end game with getting the teleport ready and maybe getting mercenary down. But just look at the amount of items that this mercenary has. He needs to expend at least 3 elbow pads here before we reach towards end game. But that doesn't seem like it's actually going to be possible with so much resources left on our hands to use. But Mercy, instant hit down. That's very unfortunate. But look at what Gardner has. That's a needle in which we can perform the second rescue with our charged shield too.
Yeah, Gardner can use that syringe to heal up. We'll have the bubble and the cipher machine from Coordinator. Will be primed relatively soon. He cannot teleport there because they have another cipher machine at 83%. So the best that ChoAi can do is try to stop the rescue, or maybe he'll go to the cipher. But no, he's going to try to stop the rescue here. Gardner does have that heal primed. She's going to farm as much bubble as possible, take that hit. And she will have the bubble almost completely farmed, at least over 50%. Will Gardner go for the bubble? Does get the bubble off and does absorb the hit, which is actually really important because Gardner does not have borrowed time.
Okay, but for Gardner here, we're going to chase after her instead. So with this one hit down, the cipher machine has just popped on time, but no one at the exit gate just yet. We've Mercenary nearby here who we could potentially chase, but it seems like right now we're going to play this more of a safe route here. We're getting the Gardner on towards the chair first, and then maybe teleporting out towards that Mercenary using elbow pad here to get straight towards the restaurant area, it seems. And now ChoAi, we might want to teleport here, but there's still a Mercenary nearby in which we have to find him first.
Yeah, let's see if he's able to turn this into, again, a 3 kill would be so crucial for him here. It means that GG is still behind in points going to the last round, meaning they'd have to win the last round. So he's really going to be trying to pull out this 3 elimination at this point. Still has this trait to work with too. We see PP Shot kiting in this area. What he's able to do, he's got no items to work with. Just a mind game at this pallet. PP Shot doing a good job wasting as much time as possible. And still just the back and forth here. We need to see ChoAi commit to a swing at some point. Finally commits to the swing and gets the down. And the exit gate is not open just yet here for this Gardener. So he's got enough time to share and got enough time to teleport. And so Mercenary's going to have to stay near middle again.
The dashes were insane. However, this teleport has to be coming there from the side of ChoAi no matter what, because if we don't, then Mercenary can't just elbow pad out. No, okay, Cypher reaching really on 97%. Gardner got the shield.
Oh.
No, she didn't get the shield on time. Gardner was after half rescue too, if I'm not wrong. So this can at least guarantee a 3-1 elimination from the side of Wolves. 36 seconds until we have our detention. Well, until detention is over. But in this case scenario here, 2 elbow pads left on the hands of Kuta to use. Maybe we can still perform another rescue just on time as well. And with him staying at middle with Dungeon right behind him too. As long as we can kite this out, that's all what matters here. 2 elbow pads left on our hands to use. We cannot forget about this right now. Kuta, how much time can we buy here? We have 2 windows and 1 pallet here to play around in, but that's going to be an instant elbow pass straight towards the other side. 15 seconds left until detention is over. 13 seconds left until detention is over. That's going to be another elbow pad use just to get in between the pallet, but we have to win this pallet mind game. We didn't win the pallet mind game. The exit gate isn't open just yet, but right now a shadow dance back is all what we need, and we can force Mercenary in between these pallets, as all what ChoAi has to do is to wait for this Merc to go down.
Yeah, that is going to be a 3 survivor elimination here, which means that they GG does break the streak on the side of GG to get that tie.
Yeah, on this, and that just means your first chase.
Considering that there is not an easy chase target within the vicinity.
On the Mercenary, and with excitement, with instant attention, no trump card.
All right, looks like we're going to see the end going towards the middle area. Probably not going to waste much time onto this this Mercenary here, and yeah, he does not have a trump card. It's that insolence with excitement, so that means his late game control of the map will not be particularly good. We see the rotation of 487 going straight for this factory area, already locating to the strongest kiting area on the map.
But with this first cut, then it's going to be only used to catch up towards this Novelist, and in that case scenario here, we're going to have to burst it instantly. Now for Novelist side, if we really want to try get that pallet, then it might just not be possible here, depending on how 487 actually plays this too. Will he be able to predict that it's an and with excitement, or maybe we want to actually play really aggressively here?
Looks like we're going to see the next cats are available. He's trying to maybe force him to use that book before using the cats, because as soon as he uses the cats, we will see the book switch. But the excitement there, what? Can he still get the hit? He needs to still register this hit, and no, he's going to waste, he's going to waste excitement here, and probably not get the hit because of the flywheel, and that's going to keep the kite alive even longer here. Painter also in the vicinity looking to get the face of the hunter so we can get that painting, and switches into the pallet, and into the pallet stun. What a series of events here for 487.
It's so unfortunate for that catwalk from Xawm as well, because if we got that on, it would have been an instant hit. But right now, we can't forget there's someone behind the pallet right now. We're going to be able to drop that down on time. Painter has Painter ready, but we don't need to use it just yet. As that Novelist around a 40% regeneration rate, even if we take a hit here, it doesn't matter. The Cypher machines are way too fast.
Yeah, this is just a very good start. We're going to see that jump here. Painter, he tried to, he's going to cancel and get the hit there onto the Novelist, but finally getting that first hit. I guess the one upside is one of the Cypher machines is a bit slow here. He's not going to look into the painting. I don't think he's going to try to force him to look into the painting, and he does look into the painting, and because of that, he misses the cats. Now, he does have the cross, but he may just cancel. I don't know if it's... Oh, he's just going to switch anyway, so it doesn't even matter. And he's going to continue to refarm that book. This is why you see Novelists really start to become such a strong character in the meta. And even Painter has another painting for even more support in this area.
This is so bad for Xawm, especially that excitement pick there. That's going to be another cat miss as well with 487 taking up that cat though, but he does have quite a long distance away from this answer. As long as he runs in a straight line, that cat will be fully nullified here once again. We cannot regenerate books, but there's 3 pallets nearby for us to use, and with us playing pallet mind games, yes, excitement is ready, but no, Painter has no painting left, so that excitement is going to be deemed worthless now, as it's currently 2 minutes and 40 seconds in towards the game.
Yeah, finally getting the first down, but the Cyphers are very far along at this point. They have more than 3 Cyphers worth of progress at this point, and that excitement just not having any usefulness at any point. And if you had something like Warp or Blink, maybe that kill could have been a lot quicker, but the excitement just having no optimal effect. Mercenary coming in for the rescue. The best chance for Xawm at this point, if he could double hit the Mercenary on the rescue, he could definitely create a good position for himself. But if Mercenary makes a clean rescue here, there's a good chance Survivors will have their Cypher machines ready for endgame after the Tide Turner effect.
Ooh, nice elbow pad on towards his way in. We could potentially get no damage rescue here, and that's what we did. That's an instant hit on towards the Mercenary. It's okay, we might be able to get a double hit here, but that's an elbow pad out just to prevent it too. Now then, last Cypher machine 27%. We don't have a book ready just yet, but also excitement for Xawm to use might be able to guarantee us the tie here, but the mind games from 487 is just buying way too much time. That's buying the second cat rescued here, but excitement has to be popped, and the cat once again will be missed. I thought the cat here, but at least it's a very fast catch up, but look how much time this Novelist has bought. It's like 10 seconds extra after that tie turn time, and look, last Cypher machine at 61.
Yeah, last Cypher machine is almost done here. By the time they go in for that rescue, it will be primed. All of these Survivors with borrowed time as well. You see why borrowed time is very crucial in a regular situation, a round 3 situation where we have normal hunters and not completely broken hunters. It looks like we're going to see the Mercenary trying to just avoid getting hit here. It's going to be Jelly, the Acrobat, coming in for the safe. Cypher machine is already going to be primed here. Wolves will most likely get a 3 Survivor escape out of this just because there's no teleport. There's no endgame control here.
Not only that as well, Mercenaries already at the exit gate here, so the exit gate decoding progress is going to be so fast. Can you even get 487 down on time? Is there dungeon nearby is another question in our hands as well. We just have to see later when Xawm turns this camera here, but at least going down straight towards the corner, 487 has done a beautiful kite this game. So much cash misses, and with that beautiful flywheel too, we're able to contain for even longer. There's a dungeon right in front of us too. Does 487 want to maybe try aim for dungeon right now? We've only 50% of our pages here, but with that 3-man escape, we'll guarantee a victory here, at least for Wolves. We can give our early congratulations, as 487 will be offering himself towards the cash, as he's the most faithful one from the Wolves.
To do that, it would be probably on the hot wax, and then he just
long.
All right, looks like Wax Artist most likely will look going to be there as well. Looks like we're going to see Blink, so no excitement here. It's going to be a Blink with Trump Card and
Now, it's going to be Trump Card Detention here, alongside which it seems like Reluctant, it seems, so to prevent as much pushbacks and stuns as possible with Claustrophobia and Panic. If that's the case, then Towsing's running in front of us alongside with PB Chat, but PB Chat is not a bad chase too. As long as we can lock this window here for ChoAi, it's going to be a brilliant and easy first chase.
For the Postman here, trying to break line of sight, trying to hide that red light, and Postman running into him here, which means he might even be able to get an early hit. We're going to see that dog able to avoid the dog too, so we can actually get an early hit while building up a lot of wax here. And actually, nope, just going to take a regular hit. He's going to block off the window first, forcing Touching to transition away here, and the blink will be online in about 15 seconds at this point.
But that vault over, allowed us to get so much wax on towards us here once again. Blink is ready in 10 seconds, and it just doesn't seem like this post one's able to contain any longer. Auntie is nearby as well, but she can't really come in to harass just yet.
Does get the dog there to slow him down, maybe make some distance, and the lucky guy in the vicinity with the flare gun. So there is definitely an opportunity to support this survivor. That is blink, not warp. So lucky guy missing the flare gun though, too early on the flare gun. Lucky guy will try to body block, but he does actually get the body block off, and forward coming in for the long stun, but missing the stun, and everybody's gonna take a hit here. And just like that, GG's start looked to be good, and it all just fell apart with one play.
Blink will be able to get that down instantly there. No flywheel from the side of forward. Before still, at least has so much balls, but now the issue being, lucky guy thankfully got a needle on time, but now it's still, the Cypher Machine are just way too slow. For having football can rebound Kite, but it is just probably not enough from the side of the Cyphers.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be enough at this point. Cyphers are too slow. Lucky guy had to search chest, he had to come into support, and they lost a lot of decoding progress during that time. Again, this has to be a 4 escape here, so that doesn't seem particularly likely. 4 did also use quite a bit of football for that stun too, so while he does have flywheel, flywheel's not an entirely productive trait against a wax artist, and the football is not as much as you would like here. We're going to see the Antiquarian come in for the rescue. She does have Tide Turner here, does get the save off here, and does get the stun here to allow the forward to actually get away, but he's just going to go ahead and hit the Antiquarian at this point. Forward does get away, but no one is decoding at this point in time.
We do see how 2 stocks that were reluctant there was able to allow us to not get disarmed and not get stunned by the pushback from both the Antiquarian and the forward. This choice of persona here worked really well for ChoAi, because initially speaking we thought that the forward would actually get a stun on time, but no, the pushback just wasn't enough, as right now it seems like we're going to aim straight towards the postman here, but not the forward, who has been on chair once, but I guess he just has too much items to use. Right now we don't have blink ready on our hands to use, and Housing is playing brilliantly here when it comes to red light trick.
Yeah, trying to avoid getting hit with that. Again, he still has 2 more chairs to go, so this is not him being dead on chair at this point. It did miss the window, so while this is going quite well for GG, the problem is the Cyphers are just not as far along as they would like. Lucky guy has a flashlight, so that actually is surprisingly not even that bad of an item to have. It does shut off the wax if he's able to get it, and he is able to get it again. He's continuously shutting off the wax. He's gonna take the hit here, and now ChoAi is actually forced to just change to the lucky guy. So again, he only needs to get 1 kill, so it's fine to target down 1 survivor, but it is it's giving a chance for these survivors to you know, trade times on share, which I guess isn't too bad. But now the problem is everybody's injured and no one can come for a save here.
That's so bad here, because everyone being injured, as Eli has just said, no one can actually come in for the rescue here. Even if it's lucky guys first shot, it does not matter. They have to take time to heal, and not only that as well, it seems like no one's willing to heal here, as we're all just trying to Cypher rush as much as we can. Force Life Machine middle has been currently locked. He does have a rugby ball here to use, but Anti-Current wants to come in for rescue here instead, as we want to get a Cypher Machine primed on time before just can't be the next rescue here, as Anti is just way too far away. We've only a quarter of a ball remaining on our hands to use, and it's a Waxer as we're talking about. Once you get stunned by your own ball, you can immediately pull this instead, but what we can change towards warp here for PB Shall. Do we see PB Shall just yet? No, we don't, as that herd Trish we'll be able to dodge it here, thankfully.
He popped the Cypher here. Oh, he doesn't get it. That's so bad. I was gonna say the play here is forward pops, Postman primes the Cypher, and then anti-forward double rescue. That's their play. Now they can't pop the Cypher. Now forward has to come now, which means Postman now needs to pop the Cypher, then run to middle, or someone has to run back to middle to prime it. This is their only play. We're gonna see the switch to the hot wax. There's the hot wax waiting on the chair. They could flywheel it, but Antiquarian does get the rescue. She is gonna go down, but does stun, allowing the survivor to get away for a second here. There's the blink, and it hits the floor, but forward has a smidgen of football. He can go for 1 stun. He can't use it to get away here. He has to flywheel to get away, and he has to support, but Antiquarian doesn't have BT. Postman running to that Cypher, and he's just gonna block it. Could forward flywheel through and then stun?
No, it's not enough.
And that's going to be the 1 kill. Can Inti get up? No, Inti's not able to get up either. She was at 90%. So close there. And I think Inti used up the self-heal right there and got knocked down. So now that's going to be the win for Wolves. They were actually so close to that 4th survivor endgame, but just a little bit short there. And again, they still would have needed to get 4 escape from that position, which would have been very, very hard here. So this is most likely going to be a 3 kill in this spot. And that means that Wolves is going to be the winners of this match here, ladies and gentlemen. And they will be advancing to 1st in their group.
That is another 3-1 elimination here from the side of Wolves, but unfortunate for PB Chat though, no borrow time, which forced them to use that selfie immediately in towards the face of our Wax Artist. But once again, let's congratulate Wolves then for becoming rank 1 in their own brackets here for Group B. And of course, GG will still be remaining second with RC third, alongside with Sky being fourth and then Omni being fifth. And in this case then, another 3-man elimination brilliantly done by ChoAi, and it just seems like he hasn't lost yet as the Hunter. Oh, we're just going to play around here for a little while longer.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. Maybe he wants him to search a chest. Maybe he predicted that GG would get the most chest searches in his Golden Apple prediction. So now he's telling PP Shaw to search the chest so they could get another chest. Which, you know what's kind of interesting is I actually predicted GG to get the most chest searches. So this is actually very beneficial for me. So no, he doesn't. No.
Spectacularly. And that lucky guy pick with the flashlight as well.
For sure. But missing that flare gun was very crucial. You can see the MVP for this match.
Well, he's been getting he's been hogging all